We're broadcasting live from Altamont, Kansas, upon the footprint of Labette County High School within the historic confines of Harrison Gymnasium, home of your Labette County Grizzlies. Boy, does it feel good to utter that sentence yet again. Home games are so much fun here in Labette County. Good evening, Grizzly Nation. I'm Jack Leake III. Alongside me, as always, is my father, Jack Leake Jr., on the color commentary. And on the cameraman, the YouTube live stream, is the Johnny D, Jonathan Dusher. Thanks for making us a part of your evening, however you may be watching or listening. The Labette County Lady Grizzlies will tip off in just over 9 minutes, and they will be coming off of their first win since December 19th. So they're looking for back-to-back wins for the first time this season. They're 3-6 on the year so far. Dad, it was a nice Tuesday evening for the girls and boys of Labette County, getting the sweep at Iola, Kansas over the Mustangs, and made for a fun bus ride home for them, I'm sure. The Lady Grizzlies got their first win in the new year and looked pretty crisp and clean on Tuesday.
I would say they've continued to improve a little bit really every week, which is what you always want to do, and hopefully, we'll be peaking here, as the season progresses. But yeah, I mean, we got some good play, of course, out of the usuals. Millie Carnahan, Keely Good, Amory Baker, and Kaylin McCoy. Of course, Kaylin continues to do a really good job inside. But we've also seen some other players coming off the bench and developing some new rotations. Carson Moore's coming in and giving us good minutes. Aaron Dickens and McKinley Baker.
Yeah.
So just it's really been nice to see some new faces help kind of give Coach Vollmer some different options for rotations. But, yeah, liking the effort. We continue to just protect the ball. I think we have a really good opportunity tonight to get another win.
Scoring totals for you in the game on Tuesday. Labette County won it 40-28, and they outscored the Mustangs. It was the third quarter that told the tale. They outscored the Mustangs 10-2 in that third period, which really teed them up for a 12-point victory. Amory Baker led the way with 14 points for Labette County, and Kaylin McCoy, the sophomore, had 8 points behind her. So it was nice to see 22 points for the Grizzlies come from inside the paint. And Kaylin has really just oozed confidence dating back to the Fort Scott game a week ago tonight, where she led us in scoring with 13 points.
Right.
So the try-hard on the offensive end has really been to play through the bigs. That has been the intention, it appears, from Coach Vollmer, and they've done a good job keying in on trying to throw it inside to the bigs, and they've done a nice job making plays.
Yeah, they have. At times at a fault. I think these girls try so hard to do exactly what their coach tells them. We've seen a few passes get forced inside, but that's how you learn. You look for it, and, we did a really good job, though, at times of getting it inside, which, of course, opens up the kick out if there's not a little dump shot inside. So, yeah, I've been really pleased with our girls and their improvement all season, so excited to see kind of how we play tonight.
It's Labette County. It's Pittsburgh. This is the Tank Connection pregame show. We'll be back in 1 minute with more.
Looking for a career that supports the U.S. national security mission? Join Day and Zimmerman here in Parsons, Kansas. Our salaried and hourly positions offer competitive compensation, starting at $22.90 for hourly roles, and all employees receive excellent benefits and room to grow. From production operators to engineering and beyond, you'll help supply America's defense and build a career you can be proud of. Apply today at careers.dayzim.com. You can make a difference at Day and Zimmerman.
Welcome back in, Grizzly fans, to the Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Lady Grizzly basketball, playing at home tonight against the Pittsburg Purple Dragons. Now time for the opponent preview segment of the pregame show. The Lady Dragons come into this evening's contest with a 7-5 record, having played 3 more total games on the year than Labette County. The Grizzlies are 3-6, 9 total games played so far. Pittsburg is 7-5 with 12 total games played so far this season. Kind of an interesting statistic there for Pittsburg. They've played loads of games since the new year has started. They have already played 4 games. Tonight will be their 5th game since January 6th. They have been very busy.
Yeah, they have, and I guess Coach Gegg wanted to get them out there and get them going. It'll either work to their favor because they played a few more games than us, or I don't know, maybe they're a little bit gassed or won't have their legs under them. But that is interesting. They played 2 more. That's quite a bit in a short span.
And you mentioned it right there, Coach Gegg. And for those that aren't too sure, we'll make it familiar for you. That's Coach Tristan Gegg, head coach of the Lady Purple Dragons Pittsburgh girls team. And boy, how neat is that to see her? And one of her assistants is Carson Stewart, who was a really good point guard for Coach Snyder in this Lady Grizzlies team that went to state and made a push there in Salina. So 2 really good Grizzly players walking the sideline for the opposition tonight. How neat is it to see Tristan and Carson down there? I mean, when I think of my childhood coming here, watching these big games under the big bright lights, I think of Tristan Gegg making 5 threes from the volleyball line every single game. She was unbelievable.
Yeah, I tell you, I've always said this, kind of not tongue-in-cheek, but I would put Tristan Gegg shooting 3-pointers against almost anybody, even some college shooters.
Yeah.
She is unbelievable. So, and her name's tattooed all over this place for, 2,000 points, and I think she scored 1,000 at Pitt State. So, yeah, she can put it up.
Yeah, had a tremendous collegiate career under Coach David there at Pitt State. And I forget exactly where the road ended for them in the NCAA tournament a couple of those years she was there, but it was deep. It might have been Final Four one of those years, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, this might be the first time in Tristan Gegg's life, it will be, where she has competed in this gym and left without scoring a point. So kind of an interesting deal there. So neat to see her. And then on the other side, Coach Rihanna Vollmer, another outstanding basketball player throughout her career.
Yeah, all-stater. A real quick trivia deal here about Tristan Gegg. Her 8th grade year at Altamont Grade School, they were playing Pittsburgh, and one of the parents in the stands was Lane Lord. And at the time, Coach Lord was Pitt State's women's head coach. He watched Tristan Gegg as an 8th grader. And after the game, he went down and said, "Young lady, in 4 years, you've got a full ride to Pittsburgh State if you want to play basketball." That's a true story. That was Lane Lord, Tristan's 8th grade
How
year.
often does that happen?
I don't know.
How neat is that?
Yeah.
So kind of a fun, localized, roots run deep type of game teed up for us here in Harrison Gymnasium. You just listened to the Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Lady Grizzly basketball. Starting lineups being rattled off by the public address announcer Randy Blackwell here below us. Let's dive in. Starters for the visitors, the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons. Number 2, a senior, Odessa Reed. Number 4, a senior, Anna Jorge. Number 11, another senior, Sophia Hertrick. Number 21, a sophomore, Angie Miller. And number 30, an outrageously talented sophomore in Mackenzie English. Her older brothers were Marquis and Mason English that did nothing but score the basketball over and over again when they donned the Dragon uniforms, and that's what their little sister has continued in their legacy. The English name is really good at basketball, so look for her name to be said quite a bit tonight. Starters for the Labette County Lady Grizzlies, number 13, a senior, Amelia Carnahan. Number 24, a senior, Keely Good. Number 40, a senior, Amory Baker. Number 52, a sophomore, Kaylin McCoy. And number 21, a freshman, Peyton Davis. Head coach again for Pittsburg, Tristan Gegg, assisted by Deshaun English, Carson Stewart, and Lauren Torrance. Head coach for Labette County, your Lady Grizzlies, Brianna Vollmer, assisted by Ryan Taylor and Heather Wilson. SEK League matchup on a Friday evening in Altamont will be live here in 30 seconds on KLKC. Tip ball to open the contest, won by Pittsburg, and a wide open three-point shot by Odessa Reed, uncontested, unguarded, is good. 3-0 Dragons after the game's first possession.
Man, no hesitation there, just saw an opening, took the shot, cashed it in, so okay, it's our turn, I hope.
And Coach Gegg let out a lot of emotion after that Reed three-pointer, excited for her senior. Here's a block inside by Hertrick on Keely Good. However, nice to see a Labette County guard get downhill at the hole.
Yeah, nice little give and go there. Another shot up here.
Shot missed by Miller, rebound by Labette County. So 2 threes put up by the Purple Dragons on the first 2 possessions.
It's like the Dragons aren't afraid to put it up, so Grizzlies better be out top and get a hand in their face.
They're looking inside for Kaylin McCoy, just a few feet from the rim, contested, and the miss is forced by sophomore English. Here comes Pittsburg, right to left in purple uniforms. Labette County working left to right in white uniforms.
Yeah, English so far has made her presence known defensively, so we just need to keep working it inside.
Nice defense by Peyton Davis for Labette County. Nearly should have forced a Pittsburg turnover, and it slowly trickles out of bounds, and they're going to say off of Labette County. Pittsburg started league play before Christmas break 0-2 with losses to Coffeyville and Independence. But since the new year, they have corrected that sentiment and are now 3-2 in league play and are winners of 4 straight games. So the new year has treated Coach Gegg's squad mighty fine, and there is 1 second left on the shot clock here for Pittsburg after another pass is deflected out of play.
Yeah, Peyton Davis doing a really good job anticipating passes and defending, so that looks good.
Shot clock violation here for Pittsburg. 3-0 Dragons, 6:20 to go, first quarter. The Grizzlies, on the other hand, 1-3 in league play. As Tuesday night's game, their victory was a non-conference opponent in Iola. So tonight, Labette County with a win could get to 2-3 in the league. Again, Pittsburg is 3-2 in the conference. Ball goes out of bounds, turnover Grizzlies here, but the ball movement, and should I say body movement, looks better tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Lots of nice cuts, and Keely Good calling for the ball. The pass just a little hot that time, but I agree with you. Yeah, good offense so far.
6 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Labette County 0, Pittsburg 3. English harassed by Amory Baker. That's a fun matchup. Senior on sophomore. The help comes. The backdoor layup is missed by Hertrick. Rebound cleared by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, good job there rebounding after one shot. That's important too.
Keely Good really playing with confidence tonight. Barely misses a 3. Rebound English. They're looking to rip and run. Right to left. Purple jerseys sweeping the floor, and scoring at the hole is Odessa Reed. She has all 5 of Pittsburgh's points.
Yeah, Pittsburgh just wanting to get out and go. The Grizzlies are going to have to hustle back and defend that. Here's some pressure now.
Pass off the leg of Keely Good. Keely mishandled the pass, and it went off her thigh out of bounds near the Grizzly bench to our left. So Pittsburgh quickly snatches another possession, leading 5-0.
Yeah, dealing with the press has been our Achilles this year, so Grizzlies have to remember to pass the ball quickly against the press, not try to dribble through it.
5 minutes to play, first quarter, just over. 5-0 visitors and a travel on Sophia Hertrick. Turnover Dragons. McKinley Baker snuck into the game on me in place of Kaylin McCoy. She has been a force for Labette County. Kylie Roberts in as well. Hit a couple three-pointers on Tuesday, did Roberts. Pittsburgh, boy, defense suffocating. They'll get a steal in the full court situation. Labette County recovers well and forces a turnover of their own, which leads to Coach Gegg putting her hands on her face as her team could be up 9 or so, but it stays at 5. With 4:45 to play in the first quarter. Jorge giving Carnahan fits. Labette County breaks the press this time, though.
They did a good job passing to the center. Against a press, you always want to get the ball to the middle of the court, not the corners.
Roberts left wing patiently awaits, throws into a double team, and it's intercepted. Dragons, their pass picked. Amory Baker playing cornerback on the hardwood. Dribbles with her head up, looks left, doesn't like it. Roberts in the corner, looks inside, defended tightly, keeps it. Floater for Roberts, good.
How nice was that? Dribbled towards the top, decided not to pass a guarded player, and just took it to the hoop. Great job there by Roberts.
Typically a pass-first player and looked to pass, but it wasn't there, and she didn't panic.
Yep.
Stuck with it and played with tempo. Here's a block by Amory, and Labette County gets a possession back, only down by 3 points.
Yeah, lots I like right now about how the Grizzlies are playing, really, and the officials seem to be letting them kind of play, so this is a good setup tonight.
3:30 first quarter. Pittsburgh 5, Labette County 2. Davis deep right wing with those bright pink basketball shoes on again tonight. Mackenzie English for Pittsburgh with pink shoes, and Kylie Roberts as well, so pink basketball shoes must be in style. Here's a turnover by Labette County, batted out. Substitution for the Dragons as they will have the ball.
Right now, both teams are still kind of playing sped up like you do in the first. You know, we haven't really settled in my opinion, to the game yet, but getting closer.
Adelie Gober in the game, a junior for the Dragons, in place of Miller. And Gober will put one up and hit it.
Goodness.
In the ball game for 3 seconds and scores 3 points.
Just like their coach Gegg, I guess. Goodness gracious.
I wonder how often, as Baker's inside fighting hard, has it stripped and stolen. I wonder how often in practice three-pointers are worked on. I don't know.
Yeah. You know, Grizzlies are getting the ball inside.
Yeah.
We're just getting stuffed right now. We're going to have to kind of pump fake, then go up.
They're really playing okay. I agree. Here's a foul on Labette County. In fact, the first foul of the ball game. That's the thing about the league this year is it's not easy any night. You know, there's been years where we say that, but there's 2 or 3 teams where you know deep down that it's not quite as hard. But man, Pittsburgh, Chanute, Indy, Coffeyville, Parsons is much improved. You look up and you don't have an easy game any night. Left wing 3 put up by the Dragons and missed by Jorge, and a foul on the rebound on the Dragons going the other way. Labette County in nice position there.
Yeah, there's several things I like about McKinley Baker's play, but her aggressive rebounding is a big, big deal. We need more of that.
And I left out Fort Scott a second ago. My goodness, how could you forget them? Here's Kaylin McCoy left to right, and there's one of Labette County's very few unforced turnovers tonight with a pass thrown well out of reach of Kaylin. Pittsburgh will have the ball and an 8-2 lead with 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, we need to tighten that up. We had a pretty good press break going right there. Maybe a chance for a layup. Here's a good steal here by Davis.
Davis, a defensive nightmare. Can she finish? No, but she's fouled by Hertrick. And so the freshman wearing number 21 in white, Peyton Davis, will shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, Peyton Davis here, another good job defensively. She's super quick, and playing a little more careful tonight. It seems like maybe Iola, she had 2 or 3 fouls early, and so keeping her game clean just allows her to play loose and free.
Davis misses the first free throw, followed by her sagging her head a little bit in disappointment. Davis, such a talented player and really wants to perform so well for her team and coach every game. Just a freshman, has only played 9 varsity games in her life, has many more to come. Exciting career in front of her. Makes the second free throw, but Labette County gives up 2 points on the other end. Gober off the bench, 5 points.
Yeah, that's too easy right there. Someone missed an assignment. Got away with a walk there.
Yeah, the Dragon fans behind us saw Jackie Scholl travel, but no whistle followed it. Labette County trails by 7 with 1:50 to play in the first quarter. Labette County's played okay on offense, really, with ball and body movement, but the points haven't followed. Pick and roll, bad pass by Davis, turnover Grizzlies.
Yeah, again, I know we're trying, but we have to mention those kind of throwaways like that are just really, really tough on a team. That definitely going to have to clean that up to compete better.
Minute 30, first quarter. Pittsburg 10, Labette County 3. Reed inside scoring. She has 7 points.
Yeah, nice move there by Reed. Faked and just drove to the hoop and put it in.
Timeout, Coach Vollmer, a 30-second timeout. 12-3, Pittsburg leads back in 30 seconds on KLKC. Fresh out of a Grizzly timeout, Pittsburg leads Labette County, after a Labette County timeout, Pittsburg leads 12-3 with 1:15 to play in the opening period. Labette County has another turnover. Scholl mishandled the pass, and a right-to-left layup is good from Gober. Gober and Reed combined for all 14 of the Dragons' points with 7 each.
One positive, I like how we're starting to break the press. We're throwing the ball better. Here's a good look inside.
That was a nice pass by Scholl to Baker, but Mackenzie English, proving to be a force on our bigs down low, denies the shot and collects the rebound.
Yeah, my goodness, inside defensively. Look at this, too.
Deep three by Adelie Gober is a pure swish, and they lead by 14 with 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
I think we got away with another double dribble there, but we'll take it.
Kylie Roberts with 4 points now with a right-hand layup, gets Labette County within 12.
She did the right thing. She instantly caught shot, didn't hesitate. You can't block that.
15 seconds first quarter, a little touch floater rims off. Rebound McCoy, outlet to Scholl. Labette County with 9 seconds, plenty of time first quarter. Pass deflected, Carnahan, Scholl, one more, Roberts. 3 seconds, settles, shoots, misses, rebound English, and the buzzer sounds. At the end of the first period, Labette County trails Pittsburg 17-5. So a hole dug early, but Pittsburg, mighty fine team. Back in 1 minute on KLKC.
Here's a bright idea: streaming without buffering. It's not 2014. There's no reason for laggy internet and buffering shows. IdeaTech has the technology. It's fiber optic cable. IdeaTech has brought.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Here's a bright idea.
Second quarter about to be underway here in Altamont, Kansas. Pittsburg leads Labette County 17-5. The Dragons with 3 made three-pointers. 17 points is impressive in one quarter in and of itself. Labette County hasn't played poorly necessarily. Dragons have shot well, and just a few Grizzly turnovers have hurt, but here's Davis getting downhill and earning herself a trip to the free throw line, which is something that can really help garner confidence and get you back in a game, is getting to the line.
Yeah, this really is kind of a deceptive lead here. We've gotten a lot of good looks inside. I mean, I guess Pittsburgh's not letting us finish, so compliment that. And I feel like Pittsburgh is shooting awfully well, so the Grizzlies can just kind of stay tough, stay steady, stay patient, and just chip away and try to win one possession at a time. We can cut this down reasonable before halftime.
Davis swishes both free throws. Labette County needed that within 10 with a lot of game left to play. Jorge settles in. Good defense by Keely Good, who has a bit of pep in her step tonight. She's playing well so far. Mackenzie English, right corner, just inside the three-point line, throws off. Labette County bouncing around in kind of a 2-3 zone a little bit, it seems like. Here's a skip pass. Now back across the paint goes the ball to English, and a left-handed hook shot is good.
I'm honestly a little surprised we haven't seen her score yet. She's been pretty patient offensively.
Here comes Davis. What a pass. McCoy finishes at the rim. Peyton Davis on the assist.
There you go. That's how you do that. Now our defense looks like they're a little hopped up here.
Gambling on the pass and winning is Amory Baker. Extra pass mishandled by Peyton Davis. She tracks it down. It's hit out of her grasp by Reed, and Labette County will keep. Boy, Labette County 5 inches away from getting within single digits as that pass was right there.
Yeah. Again, we've talked about it. I really like our play tonight, and so I feel like we can really compete here with Pittsburgh. We just kind of got, like you said earlier, dug a little hole early.
Keely Good inbounds, nice set play. McCoy leans into her defender, has it blocked. Rebound Dragons.
And McCoy did a nice job pump faking. She just didn't quite go up quick enough.
In the corner on a skip pass for Pittsburgh. A three-pointer is off the mark from Miller. Rebound Grizzlies. Amory Baker, long pass up ahead to Peyton Davis, left wing, right across from where we sit. Roberts calling for it inside McCoy, one-on-one with English.
Yep.
Leans into it and has it blocked by McKenzie, but I love the moves towards the rim by Kaylin.
Yeah, and I feel like English has done a good job. She hasn't fouled anybody yet. The refs are calling it right. She's just doing a good job blocking those shots, but we have to keep taking it to her.
Aaron Dickens and McKinley Baker in the ball game for Keely Good and Kaylin McCoy. And Labette County's going to turn it over on the inbounds play. Talked to Coach Vollmer postgame at Iola just about the utility and role players that Dickens, McKinley Baker, and Carson Moore are for her team. And here at the next moment I'll fill you in on what she said in response. But for now, here's Pittsburgh working right to left with it. They only have 2 points here through the first 2.5 minutes of the second quarter. Good box out by McKinley Baker. Pittsburgh somehow might come away with it. No, Baker has it, and then a foul going the other way, I think, on Reed. But McKinley leading me in perfectly to the conversation we just began. But Coach Vollmer said, you know, role players in today's society and just modernization of basketball have kind of lost their potency, and it's hard for players to accept a utility role and not a stardom role, you know, that just scores loads of points. But she just has admired how much those three girls I mentioned have leaned in to just a role player type mentality. Erin Dickens got caught traveling but made a nice play. But that also speaks to the types of girls that they are.
Yeah.
They are happy getting in the game for a couple minutes and diving on the floor.
Yeah, agreed. They're a tight little team, they are. And again, just continue to play really pretty good ball tonight. I think things will start going our way. We'll rack off, 4 or 5 points.
Three-pointer heaved and missed by Gober. She's cooled off in the second quarter, as has Pittsburg as a unit. Labette County is looking at a cracked open door a little bit. Only down 10 and have had loads of opportunities to cut in. Roberts in the paint. Davis for three. We need it. Missed it short. Rebound English. But Labette County, again, we keep saying it, but just on the offensive end, it's a lot cleaner tonight.
Yeah, I think so. I'm happy with what I've seen so far, and if Pittsburgh doesn't get red hot again, we'll be okay.
Timeout Pittsburgh. They're kind of on a cold streak on offense. We'll take it with them. 30 seconds, KLKC.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Welcome back in, basketball fans, to tonight's broadcast of Grizzly basketball. It's the Purple Dragons of Pittsburgh playing here in Labette County tonight. It's 19-9. Pittsburgh leads. Amory Baker with nice help defense deflecting the pass out of bounds. Miller inbounds it. Davis nearly gets an interception, but Hertrick gets to the rim and somehow scores. Nice play from the senior. Labette County looking to respond. Baker tracks it down, saves it into the hands of the Dragons. And Pittsburgh, conversely, out of their timeout, doing well.
Yeah, those are just killer. That's about our fourth or fifth one we've just kind of thrown away. So here's another great steal here by Davis.
Breaks down at the rim and finishes. Peyton Davis with 5 points for Labette County tonight. It's a 10-point Pittsburgh lead halfway through the second quarter. Nice defense by Baker contesting Jorge, and Labette County has the ball.
Yeah, we settle in here and get another good look at a basket.
McKinley Baker's floater is off the mark. English with the rebound, and Coach Geggs says, slow down here.
Yeah, Baker going downhill, maybe just a little bit quick on that one.
Nice backdoor by the Dragons, rejected by Amory Baker. Rebound Scholl. All kinds of post plays being made tonight by both units.
Yeah, they're having blocks here tonight.
Skip pass here. Baker swim move fouled, and 2 free throws for the Grizzlies senior coming up off the back of her infamous move.
Yeah, she loves kind of that drop step move with going left-handed and almost a little bit of a hook shot. That's hard to block, so well done getting inside and taking it to him.
21-11. Pittsburgh leads, but Amory Baker at the line shooting 2 and is successful on the first free throw. Keely Good and Kylie Roberts in the game for McKinley Baker and Erin Dickens. If Amory can make this free throw, Kaylin McCoy will come in for her. And she will miss it. Jorge with the rebound. Labette County within single digits, however.
Yeah, starting to chip away here, and we just need to continue to play one possession at a time. It'll take care of itself.
3 minutes to play, second quarter. English triple team. That means someone's open. She'll kick it out, but Labette County rebounds well defensively. And Keely Good went for the basketball. It was going to go out of bounds, but she grabbed it anyways, and her foot was out of bounds. So Labette County gifting Pittsburg a possession.
Yeah, we really are. I can't discredit Keely there, trying to do the right thing. Sometimes those are tricky. If you don't grab them, someone from Pittsburg comes jumping through and
throws it off
your leg. Yes.
Mackenzie English keys it in for the Dragons. Will the mistake hurt Labette County? No. A pass is thrown out of bounds, and they say it was not touched by McCoy, so Labette County harmlessly gets the ball back. Here's a nice pass from Davis up ahead to Kaylin McCoy, who traveled, tried to jump stop on a dime, and her momentum didn't let it happen. Labette County should be within 5 points or so, but Pittsburg cold on their behalf as well on offense.
Yeah, so Grizzlies come back with some pressure here and hope to kind of get an easy steal and maybe a layup.
Here's a pass inside, stolen away by Keely Good. So the Grizzlies certainly doing their part to give themselves a chance to get this thing close before halftime. Carnahan, top of the key. Davis, left corner, looks to drive with 2:20 left in the half. Keely Good drove into a help defender but didn't turn it over. Roberts, a little 7-foot J, misses. Tipped out by her. Pittsburgh possession. Kylie playing well tonight as well.
Yeah, and again, the ball movement offensively is noticeably turned up. So really liking that. Maybe they worked this week on it with Coach Vollmer.
Labette County has outscored Pittsburgh 7-4 in the second quarter. Here's a ball lost out of bounds by the newly checked-in Briley Mantooth for Pittsburgh. However, they say it was off of Keely Good.
Yeah, and I continue to be impressed with this officiating crew. I love it when they let teams kind of play and get into a flow.
Labette County has not been called for a foul in the second quarter. Pittsburgh just with 3 as well. Three-pointer put up and missed by the Dragons. That's been a large part of how Labette County's kept it close. Dragons have not made a 3 in the second quarter after draining 3 of them in the first period.
Yeah, those things normally average themselves out, so Grizzlies do a good job of rebounding, too, after one shot.
Coach Vollmer passionately directing her offensive pieces, as I can tell that offensive movement has been a key in practice, just watching them move the ball so much more fluently tonight. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Carnahan, 2-minute drill, dump down. McCoy blocked by English, but perfect offense up until that point. And there are 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. With 1:12 left in the half, Labette County will inbound the basketball.
Yeah, and Kaylin had another chance there to kind of do a pump fake. She'll figure that out. Aggressive players, that's when you want to pump. They'll go for it.
Carnahan inbound to Baker, read well by English. She'll steal it, and the Dragons have the ball with a 21-12 lead with 1 minute to play in the first half.
Well, here we go, back and forth again.
Three-pointer Dragons is banked in by Angie Miller. They found a bottle of water in the desert, and it's a 12-point lead. Roberts to answer. No. Long rebound is Keely Goods, but fighting for it is Pittsburgh. And they're going to say that freshman Kendall Elkamil's foot was out of bounds. And Pittsburgh turns it over. Elkamil, another last name. If you'll remember, I'm assuming her older brother, Gavin Elkamil. Very good ball player back whenever I was in high school. 40 seconds to play in the half. A pass thrown inside, deflected out by Jorge.
I about wanted to call that over the back, but I forgot these guys are letting them play, and that's
I'm fine
I'll vote
with
for
it.
that.
McCoy with it inside, kind of a pass that went off of her shins. She never really had it, and Pittsburgh will have the ball. Labette County with a steal, though. Shot clock is off. Oh, no, they throw it away. Here comes English. Shot clock is off. So Labette County, after a grindy second quarter, is down 12, playing defense with 15 seconds left in the half. That is unfortunate given how well they played this 8 minutes of the second quarter. However, they do get a steal poked out here with 10 seconds left, and they'll throw it in.
Yeah, Grizzlies are going to get one last look at it. We'll see kind of how we handle this. You know, this is tough to try to dribble it, not shoot too early, but shoot just right.
Keely Good dribbles into her defender and picks her dribble up. 2 seconds on the clock. Carnahan's shot is blocked, and that'll do it for the first half of play. Labette County trails Pittsburg 24-12. We will be back in 5 minutes with the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show.
Here's a bright idea. Make sure you put your pants on before leaving the house. Sure, it seems simple, but sometimes simple doesn't happen. At Idea Tech, we think it's simple to have real people who live in Kansas helping customers. We understand that not everyone in our industry agrees, but then again, not everyone puts on pants before they leave the house. We think it's important to get the simple things right. Putting our pants on and providing local customer service. Another bright idea from Idea Tech.
Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show, brought to you by Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. Pittsburg leads Labette County 24-12 in the ladies' matchup, and Labette County, it really feels like, has played okay, in particular in that second quarter, and really the difference in the ball game, I mean, you can look at it 15 different ways, but this is easiest. Pittsburg leads Labette County by 12 points, and they have made 4 3-pointers, and Labette County has not made a 3. So Pittsburgh's good shooting from beyond the arc has equated to 12 points for their offense, which is how many points they lead by. Because you take out those 4 threes that Pittsburgh has made, Labette County's played just as well as Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's definitely felt like a closer game than what it is. And, you know, I guess, too, every time we've gotten the ball inside, Pittsburgh's defended well down low. So we're going to have to find a way, you know, just continue to take it into their post, you know, kind of almost jump into them and make the ref make a call, or continue to try to pump fake and get them off balance and use your timing. Because we're getting the ball moved around and looked inside. So, yeah, if Pittsburgh can kind of come back to earth on 3-pointers, you know, we can crawl back into this, and hopefully once that starts, you know, if we get a little momentum, then that always seems to add a little pressure to the other team and allows you to kind of close that gap. But, yeah, overall, yeah, very happy with how we've played, especially, well, Matt said offensively, but my goodness, we played pretty good defense.
Yeah, especially in that second quarter. We'll go ahead and go into statistics. For Labette County, leading the way is Peyton Davis with 5 points, Kylie Roberts with 4, Kaylin McCoy with 2, and Amory Baker with 1 point. For Pittsburgh, leading the way off the bench tonight, actually, a junior, Adelie Gober. She has 10 points. All of those came in the first quarter with 2 3-pointers in the mix as well. Odessa Reed has 7, Angie Miller with 3, Sophia Hertrick with 2, and Mackenzie English held her to 2 points, but her teammates have really picked up the slack there. She hasn't shot a whole lot. At the end of the first quarter, it was Labette County 5, Pittsburgh 17. So there's your 12-point difference as well, because in the second quarter, it was 7-7, your box score between these two teams. So in that second quarter, it really felt like Labette County played well, and the numbers would agree, holding Pittsburgh to 7. However, only scoring 7 yourself might keep you in a game, but won't get you back in the game.
Yeah, we're gonna
feels like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna have to generate obviously some more offense to close the gap and continue to play defense about the same way we did. That should be fine. Again, Pittsburgh shot extremely well early, and that sure developed kind of a gap right off the get-go. But yeah, I'm really excited about how our girls are playing right now, and I feel like we can maybe win this third quarter by, 5 or 6 points and then make it a game.
Most of Labette County's turnovers have been in transition, trying to push the ball real quick and then a pass thrown way too high or too hard. Whenever Labette County's been able to get into a half-court situation, it's been pretty pure basketball, and that it has not been the case this season for Labette County. The half-court situations have been where it seems like they've really shot themselves in the foot, but nice to see that not the case tonight. This has been the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show, brought to you by Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. Third quarter in 30 seconds on KLKC.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Pittsburgh will start with possession of the basketball here in quarter number 3. 24-12, Pittsburgh leads the Grizzlies. And we are underway. Mackenzie English looks to throw it inside and does so, but the shot is missed by Hertrick. Rebound, Grizzlies.
Another good job of getting the first rebound off the first shot. That's important. So that's step one and maybe starting to chip away at this lead.
24-12, Grizzlies trail their first possession of the second half. McCoy in the corner. Kalen spins, throws back out to Davis. Inside, Amory Baker, left block, looks to make a move. Spins, fires, misses short. Rebound, English, who has loads of those tonight for the Dragons.
Yeah, I'm good with that with Amory Baker. A lot of times she does that little dip step under too that gets her closer to the rim, but not bad so far.
Entry pass, errant, turnover, Dragons on their end of the floor, and kind of a carryover from the second quarter as far as opportunity for Labette County to really get in this game.
Yeah, for sure. 2 possessions for the Dragons and 2 takeaways basically by the Grizzlies, so let's get a score here.
Amory Baker turns and looks. Grizzlies within a half-court set here. She'll have the ball poked from her possession, but track it down. Amelia Carnahan picks her dribble up. Labette County a little uncomfortable here. 10 seconds on the shot clock on this possession. They're looking inside, and it's turned over. A pass picked by Odessa Reed. Never felt right on that possession.
No, Pittsburgh picked us up in a man-to-man and just really threw us out of whack there.
Jorge, pass inside, and a foul on Amory Baker. English was going for the ball, and so was Amory. Baker had 3 or 4 personal fouls against Iola, and 3 or 4 against Fort Scott, I think, and that's just her first tonight. Somebody did not pick up her trick, but her shot is off the backboard. They never blew the play dead because it went behind the backboard.
Yeah.
And now they do blow it dead, and Labette County will inbound the ball.
Wasn't sure either why they didn't blow that, but they did.
Oh, my. Oh, I thought he called a 5-second violation. He called a foul on Pittsburgh.
That's a good oh my.
As Keeley Good threw the ball in, then he blew the whistle, so I didn't make sense for a 5-second call, but that's the first personal foul on Miller. And here comes Labette County right to left trying to break the pressure. Excuse me. Millie Carnahan defended tightly by Miller. Man-to-man defense for the Dragons. A lot of movement away from the basketball. McCoy and Baker posting up big inside the red-colored paint. Carnahan settles for a jumper and misses, and it's fought for and rebounded by Hertrick.
Now this Dragon man-to-man, we're going to have to see if we have one mismatch we can kind of try to square up.
Inside getting fouled is Reed, and the Dragon senior is going to take a trip to the free throw stripe. That is the first personal foul on Kaylin McCoy.
Almost 3 minutes here. No one's scored a point yet, so both teams kind of laboring to get going.
That's right, 5.5 minutes. The clock reads third quarter, as they still have the second quarter up there on the scoreboard. First free throw, no good from Odessa Reed. So still ice not broken. And Odessa Reed takes a pickaxe to it and breaks it. 1 point scored here in the third quarter, and Pittsburgh claims it.
See if the Grizzlies can't get a little transition points going here maybe. Nope.
Bad pass, turnover, Dragons in transition, layup good from Jorge. Her first points of the evening, and she is the 6th Dragon to score tonight.
We're going to have to do something here as they continue to kind of stretch this lead on us.
Body bump foul on Odessa Reed as Peyton Davis took it upon herself to rip the ball up the floor with just over 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Jackie Scholl checks in for Davis, as that's the third personal foul on Odessa Reed. She will have a seat. She's the only player with 3 personal fouls from either team. Carnahan inbounds to McKinley Baker, who is fouled, and a pair of free throws is coming for McKinley Baker.
Again, her aggressive play, draws some of that stuff, so really well done there by Baker.
First free throw falls off the rim. We need a Jonathan check-in. Jonathan, how are you doing this evening? And it's a good ball game. Labette County's playing pretty well as McKinley makes the second free throw.
I'm doing great tonight. How about you, Jack?
I'm doing wonderful. I'd love to see Labette County really try to chip away here on offense as they do force a turnover. As, they've held Pittsburg to 10 points over the last 11 minutes of play. But on the offensive end of the floor, it's been 8 points for Labette County. So no ground made up.
Yeah, for us to close the gap, obviously we're going to have to score some points to do so.
Millie cut off by Gober, an impressive bench player for Pittsburg. Dump pass to McKinley, quickly double teamed. Jackie Scholl in the corner. Millie in the paint, swerving, shooting, getting fouled. Carnahan, 2 free throws coming.
Nice job there by Millie Carnahan, kind of swooping left and right and then just kind of penetrating and getting the shot off. So a couple back-to-back fouls here. Maybe we can cash a couple here.
First free throw missed by Carnahan. Labette County 4 for 9 from the free throw stripe tonight. Millie's second rims off as well. How about McKinley Baker? Put back missed though. Amory Baker wants a try. Blocked. Rebound Pittsburgh, but their foot was out. So Labette County, silver platter after silver platter here. Can they score?
Yeah, continued good work ethic there by McKinley Baker, getting inside and getting that shot up. We have to knock those down, though.
Ball on the deck. It's going to be a foul. Wow, I figured a jump ball was coming in. Or did Coach Vollmer get a timeout? I think it was a timeout for Labette County.
Looks like.
We'll go ahead and keep it here and thank a few sponsors for allowing our broadcast to take place. We would like to thank Brown's Mechanical and Plumbing Services, as well as Idea Tech and the Bartlett Co-op and Labette Health, and Labette Mental for mental health services, Community National Bank, the Corner Store of Altamont, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Elm Haven Nursing Home and Woodridge Estates, the Unified School District of USD 506, Clemens Insurance Agency, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier and Meister, Tank Connection, Labette Community College, Wood Insurance Center, and Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Really good turnout here on a Friday night ball game in Altamont. As always, good home crowd. Certainly look forward to a fun, competitive boys game as well following this one.
This really is a good crowd. Pittsburgh brought a nice contingency, and Labette County, man, this is pretty full.
I think it's junior high night, as Coach Vollmer mentioned in the postgame show on Tuesday that it was junior high night tonight. So Labette County has themes for a bunch of their home games, which always adds to the festivities. Labette County has possession. They inbound the ball out of the Coach Vollmer timeout. Keely Good has the basketball, has had it for all of this possession, looks to pass off, but no one's open. Here's McKinley Baker. Dribbles around, finds Scholl inside, heaves one up. That misses, hit the rim 3 times and fell off.
County's got to get back here.
Pittsburgh in transition, missing a layup is Hertrick. Rebound Millie Carnahan.
Yeah, good follow hustle there by Carnahan.
Oh, little late. Keely Good tried to whip it to Amory Baker, and Mackenzie English swooped in and plucked it out of the air.
Now, the more and more I watch this game, I really am impressed with Pittsburgh's defense. You know, they've been pretty solid.
1 point for Labette County in the third quarter, and goodness, 13 points on the ball game. That's less than Pittsburg scored in the first quarter. Mackenzie English scores a nice bucket inside to make it a 29-13 Pittsburg lead.
Was nice there by English, finished with the left hand. Again, I'm a little surprised she hasn't played a little more offensively against us.
Baker looking inside for McKinley Baker, and it's thrown away, and a long 50-50 ball. A hustle play by Keely Good results in the ball being poked out. Pittsburg will keep, though. Aaron Dickens in the ball game alongside Kaylin McCoy.
Pittsburg continues to kind of keep us rattled. You know, we're just not getting good looks now. That man-to-man seems to be giving us some fits.
Purple Dragons half court. Hertrick swings it. English. Now left wing, Miller facilitating offensively. Heart of the floor. Jorge, extra pass English. Labette County zone, bouncing around, chasing the leather. Here's a three-pointer that's airballed, saved by English. No, foot was out of bounds. And Labette County will have it, just needing points very badly with 2:50 to play in the third quarter.
There you go, get the ball in the middle.
Pittsburgh's defense has been really good tonight, needless to say, holding Labette County to just 13 points. Baker looks to get downhill, throws out to McCoy, who was open, but a blocking foul called inside on the Dragons, Jorge. And that will be, I think, the 5th team foul on Pittsburgh. So 2 free throws, yes, for Amory Baker. Or it should be free throws.
Yeah, it's apparent to me that Coach Gegg made an adjustment at halftime to get out of that zone and go to man, and it's hurt our ball movement.
Referees are talking amongst themselves as Amory Baker subbed out of the game for Carson Moore, but they wave Amory back in because she was the one that was fouled. So the Grizzlies senior will shoot 2 free throws with her left foot buried at the middle of the line. The lefty fires and hits.
Yeah, hopefully the Grizzlies can rack up about 6 or 8 more of these opportunities and cash them in. We sure need some scoring, and we don't seem to be getting that very easily through the offense.
Second free throw, good as well for Amory Baker. That'll give her the chance to sub out Carson Moore in. Labette County, no field goals and 3 free throws. That is the offensive summation for Labette County in this third quarter so far. Down by 14. Here's a steal by Davis, right to left. Peyton fouled, and another pair of free throws coming after the Hertrick hack and foul.
This is what we need. We need pressure. We need to play like your hair's on fire type thing, that mentality. Kind of start to realize the clock's ticking. You're down 14, so hopefully we can kind of just carry this into the next 10 minutes of play, actually.
First free throw good by Davis. I mean, she makes this free throw. It's a 12-point game with still 2 minutes left in the third quarter. I mean, man. Second free throw misses, so, I mean, point still the same, a 13-point game. Whereas if you were to tell me Labette County didn't make a basket in the third quarter through the first 6 minutes, one might guess it's worse than a 13-point deficit.
Yeah, got to really defend hard here, though. Pick them up, no easy buckets.
It is tight defense well beyond the arc. Right wing is where the basketball is in the hands of Elkamil, the freshman. English harassed by Aaron Dickens, given zero space. And that is going to be a foul called on Aaron Dickens. Coach Vollmer pleading the case for her defender out there working hard.
That's what we need, you know. Not intimidated at all by English, just really up in her grill kind of a deal. So I love that out of Dickens.
Ball goes in and a wide open Dragon. Hertrick, three-pointer, good.
It's a dagger right there. That's a good shot. What do you say?
Takes it to a 16-point lead for Pittsburgh when Labette County was looking to slowly creep closer. Foul away from the ball on Hertrick. So a pair of free throws again, as that's over the 15 foul on the Dragons for Carson Moore. This will be her first trip to the line.
Grizzlies really want to work on not just taking one or two dribbles and then just picking it up just because.
It's happened quite a bit.
Yeah, we got to maintain your dribble and only quit when you're going to throw it.
Moore makes the first free throw. This will be Labette County's 10th free throw of the third quarter alone. They've shot 16 on the game. Pittsburgh has shot 2 free throws in comparison.
Well, I guess we can't complain about that part then.
Carson makes the second free throw as well.
Very nice. It's always good to score points when the clock's not even clicking. So here we go again, another chance maybe to get a quick transitional steal and get some points here.
Pittsburgh throws it ahead. Labette County showing pressure here full court, but Pittsburgh breaks it. 1 minute, 15 seconds, third quarter. Ball goes to the free throw line. Dragons burning some clock. Downhill drive and a shot put up and missed.
It's a good possession there. They shot it pretty quick. We got it after the first shot. A chance here maybe to score.
Baker looking inside. It's Amory Baker. Harassed by Hutchison, the freshman who just checked in. And a foul or stepping out of bounds going the other way. I could not see. Jonathan, did you catch what the call was?
I did. A 5-second call.
Oh, 5 seconds. Okay.
She was held, again, had no dribble, and the rest of our players weren't getting open. I mean, you just have to run over and take it from her.
It has slowly gotten pretty full in here. I look up across from me and not many open spots, and over here behind us, the new chairbacks that were put in a couple years ago are always the popular selection for fans, of course. Hutchison wants a three. It kissed the rafters, and she'll make a three. The freshman off the bench for the first time tonight throws another dagger in the heart of the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness. Pittsburgh's caught fire again, kind of like they did in that first quarter. That little high arching three-pointer, it looked good the minute it left her hand, I have to say.
A 17-point Pittsburgh advantage. Baker to shave into it, misses. Rebound English. 20 seconds to play third quarter. Pittsburgh can hold, and Coach Gegg agrees and says, let's hold.
Yeah, we'll see if the Grizzlies can't maybe apply a little pressure.
Spinning in traffic, and a foul on Pittsburgh. They say an offensive foul on Gober, who was working downhill.
Yeah, all I can think is she hooked her with an elbow or shoved off with her forearm.
It's not free throws because it was an offensive foul. Labette County, 1 second. Amory Baker's shot from the three-point line is no good. And at the end of three, Pittsburgh leads 35-18. So a lot of ground to make up for the Lady Grizzlies, but certainly showing signs of a heartbeat. We'll be back in 1 minute on KLKC.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
A fresh 8 minutes put on the scoreboard here in Harrison Gymnasium. Lady Grizzlies trail Pittsburg 35-18, but will have the basketball, so hopefully they can enter into the fourth quarter on the right foot as they have possession. Millie Carnahan cut off by English, throws back to McKinley Baker, getting the start here in the fourth quarter. Jackie Schull in there as well, alongside Amory Baker and Peyton Davis. Baker with it on the right elbow. Backdoor pass deflected and stolen by Pittsburg, and then a foul on Peyton Davis whistled in. Accidentally took out the legs of Odessa Reed and called for the foul.
Yeah, just a hustle there, but yeah, I got behind her and kind of tripped her up. I think she hit her head a little bit. But yeah, Labette, I mean, we've got to play like that. If that's our only option, we're not going to so our way back anywhere near this. And we want to win the fourth quarter. If we win the game, fine, but we want to win the fourth quarter. And that's only going to happen with just crazy hustle.
35-18, Pittsburgh leads. They had been held pretty cool on offense, and then late third quarter caught a little bit of fire and found themselves scoring 11 third quarter points in comparison to Labette County's 6. The Grizzlies have not scored more than 7 points in any of the 3 quarters played tonight. Pittsburgh has it in a half court, kick out 3, Hertrick wants it, misses it, rebound English with nice position and finishes.
I'll say this much. I think English has shot 3 times and she's made them all. I don't
Good
know.
point.
I'm just going on.
You're close.
Like a 90% shot.
Just a nice, solid player. And, man, how much better are they, or are they going to continue to be when she is almost just kind of a supplemental talent and not only the foundation of this team, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to score 20 for them to be successful. That can really make a team dangerous. Labette County with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Amory Baker spinning, shooting, and missing. Rebound English. Labette County trying to prevent this from getting pretty ugly here. Now down by 19, and just no offensive looks there. English wants a 3 and misses it. Long rebound goes to Peyton Davis, who loves to move in transition. She'll do so, but she has to stop. Kaylin McCoy with a downhill drive. Stops and travels and turns it over, and Keely Good will come in for Peyton Davis. Mackenzie English has kind of created that for Kaylin tonight. Her defense has been pretty firm on McCoy.
Yeah, she's an awfully good defender and a strong player. So, and that's how you grow and learn. You know, Kaylin will face players like this and grow from it. And, so these are the kind of players we want to face.
English spins in traffic. Nice move, but a bad pass follows off the hands of Jorge in the corner in the midst of the Pittsburgh visiting kind of student section. A lot of parents sitting there, though, for now. Labette County will throw it in. Millie Carnahan wearing a brace on her right knee. I think she's had it on all game. No, Jonathan?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I wondered if there was a reason. I just noticed that. So certainly hope Millie's all right. But 5:40 to play in the game. Labette County trails 37-18. Keely Good downhill, stutter step shot, misses. Jorge on the clear out, and she'll bring it up the floor left to right here.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's defense is really strong. Gosh.
Another three-pointer from Gober. She's made 3 on the game.
Just as I said, their defense is strong. She cashes another 3.
Now a 22-point lead. McCoy out to Good from 10 feet. No. Rebound Jackie Schull, though. She'll turn, fire, and score.
Nice job there by Schull. She started to dribble out, and then she realized, hey, we got to score here. So spun around, banked it in. Good job.
Labette County's first field goal since the first half. And here's a travel on Reed underneath, giving Labette County back the ball after the Jackie Schull score on the previous possession.
Looks like the Grizzlies are going to bring in a few players and give a couple of them a blow and a drink here.
40-20. Pittsburgh leads. 5 on the floor, Aaron Dickens, Keely Good, Carson Moore, Peyton Davis, and Amory Baker. Labette County keeping the ball alive here with a few sloppy passes. Peyton Davis head fakes on a 3, looks for a friend. Ball is on the deck, finds somebody in the corner. It's Amory Baker, throws to Dickens, and a timeout called by Coach Vollmer away from the ball. It's a 30-second timeout. Labette County down big here at home. We'll be back in 30 on KLKC.
Here's a bright idea: streaming without buffering. It's not 2014. There's no reason for laggy internet and buffering shows. IdeaTek has the technology. It's fiber optic cable. IdeaTek has brought high-speed fiber to 75 communities and counting. Don't put up with outdated internet. Stream without buffering. Another bright idea from IdeaTek.
(40-20), Pittsburgh in front over Labette County with 4.5 minutes remaining here on junior high night here in Harrison Gymnasium. Pass inside for Labette County, stolen by English. If I remember correctly, it's similar to Little League night, I think, when the junior high teams get a chance to run out onto the floor and get high fives from the varsity squads. Could be wrong on that, but I think it's similar to the Little League night that Labette County had in December. Here's a shot inside, up and missed by Jorge, but she is fouled. You've talked about how in the past, doing junior high night and Little League night is really just how you just keep and generate health and just growth in a program.
Yeah, I think it's good exposure. It's because all these younger kids, you mentioned it earlier when you remember coming here and watching Tristan Gegg and whatnot. It's a big deal. And for some of these 7th and 8th graders to run out on the floor, if that's what they're going to do in front of a big crowd on a Friday night, yeah, that's a really good public move to help build your program going forward.
Jorge misses both free throws. Labette County clears out with the rebound. Aaron Dickens drives baseline, tough pass, but it finds Keely Good. She'll shoot a 3 and get a 3. Keely Good with her first points of the game, but that first half anyways felt like was one of her better performances. Here's a steal by Carson Moore, and Keely calls for the ball and gets it.
Refreshing little couple of possessions here.
Oh, it's going to be an offensive foul on Good, who likes to put that left arm up when she's dribbling as a little bit of a shield, and her defender fell down as a result, and that's an offensive foul on Keely Good.
Yeah, I got to compliment 32 there. I think she did extend her arm, but she's been coached up to kind of sell that. So, yeah.
3:30, fourth quarter. Pittsburgh 40, Labette County 23, playing with their hair on fire here on defense. A little bit of press is set up, but broken by the Dragons, and a score from Angie Miller follows.
Yeah, that's what teams do sometimes. When you overcommit, they get numbers on you and get an easy lay-in. That happens. Oh.
Nice pass inside. Amory Baker caught it in traffic from Davis and was fouled going up, I believe, and so Amory is going to shoot her 5th and 6th free throws of the game. She hasn't scored a basket but has been productive underneath. But I'll just say, Pittsburgh's interior defense has been hard to get any good looks off on as Baker misses the first.
Yeah, they sure have. And then after you feel like you've been rejected several times or whatever, you kind of changes your thinking down low sometimes.
Baker splits the pair of free throws with a pure swish on the back end. Pittsburgh, nice ball movement, and Reed is going to score. She has 10 points.
Yeah, back to the same thing. We're overcommitting, trying to get the ball, which I understand. That just opens up and exposes the backside.
Jumper missed by Carson Moore. Pittsburgh will have it, And a long outlet pass for the Dragons leads to a left-hand layup by Gober. She came off the bench, and she leads them with 15 points and is a nice athlete.
Yeah, really good player. Well done there. Good read. Made the right decision. So, yeah, right now Pittsburgh's just kind of having fun with the whole thing.
The Burlington tournament is next week for Labette County. Aaron Dickens misses on a 3. So they will play on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday next week, as will the Grizzly boys. We do have the bracket for that tournament next week already in our possession, as Hutchison makes her second 3 of the game. Both of them high rainbow swishes from the right wing, and it's a 49-24 Pittsburgh advantage with under 2 minutes to play. So in the postgame show, we will read you the matchup for Labette County next week. Here's Hutchison on a steal. The layup is missed, but the putback is good by Reed, and Pittsburgh is playing recess.
Yeah, and as long as we keep applying pressure, they're going to keep trying to score like that. So, yeah, another steal there.
Yeah, and they're kind of throwing it out quite a bit. Tristan's trying to tell him not to go score, but the layup was missed anyways by Gober. Yeah, they're just kind of getting the steal and then just heaving it on the back end of the press here. 51-24, timeout Labette County. Going to get a few subs in there, I think, with 1:17 remaining. Back in 30 seconds from Altamont.
At Labette Center, we have worked hard to make it easier than ever to start on your journey to wellness. The center provides a full range of mental health and substance use services to individuals of all ages. With expanded services and same-day access, you can begin your journey when you are ready. Visit our website at lcmhs.com to find out more about our services and begin your journey to wellness today. Labette Center for Mental Health. Help for today. Hope for tomorrow.
Labette County trails Pittsburgh big here on their home floor, 51-24. On the floor for Labette County is Kylie Roberts, Peyton Davis, Jackie Scholl, McKinley Baker, and Tegan Shaw. A three-point shot is good from Peyton Davis. She has 9 points and leads Labette County in scoring. Tegan Shaw, a freshman, and has put in some tremendous JV minutes for Labette County as a freshman and is out here getting some varsity time.
Yeah, it's a nice little bunch here, and Peyton, that was a nice little shot, got her feet under, and that was well done there.
50 seconds remain in the contest. A reminder to stay tuned for our Bowen Pharmacy post-game show as Gober misses a 3. And the putback is there, however, by Hutchison. And we will read you the matchup for Labette County girls and boys on Tuesday and what the Burlington tournament will look like next week for the program. McKinley Baker was calling for the ball inside, but the entry pass was stolen by Gober, who is playing like they're trailing by 30. Man, she is just competing.
Yeah, Coach Gegg had to kind of flag her down there.
Uh-huh. Hutchison, same thing. Wow, nice move inside, but missed it. Tipped it out to keep the possession alive. I don't know. Well, I guess they've got some subs in there. That's probably why they're trying to score, I guess. But Pittsburgh's really, I mean, just playing hard and aggressive, but, you know, whenever, it doesn't matter what the score is. When you sub in girls, they want to try to play well rather than just stand there, which is understandable. The jump ball keeps it with Pittsburgh. They'll inbound with just 11 seconds remaining. And it looks like the clock is going to bleed out. No, steal. Tegan Shaw, right to left, is cut off and has it stolen, but a nice play nonetheless by the freshman, getting her first varsity minutes of the season. Labette County moves to 3-7 on the season and 1-4 in the conference. Pittsburgh advances to 8-5 on the year and 4-2 in the league. 5 straight wins for Pittsburgh. Back in 1 minute with the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show.
Reaching your goals is closer than you think at Labette Community College. With 25 programs of study, 6 certificate options, and a campus that cares, your journey at LCC is sure to lead to success. Become a Cardinal. Visit labette.edu to learn more today.
Welcome in, Grizzly fans, and they are going through the junior high night here in the gymnasium. It's always fun to have kind of the theme nights here in Labette County, as it involves the community. If it does nothing, it involves the community, and it certainly does something. Let me rephrase that. Involves the community and gets the kids just kind of a taste and support for them just being, a part of the district, and they're naming off the different teams. Of course, in the district you have Mound Valley and Bartlett, Altamont, Meadowview, Edna. Always afraid I'm going to miss a school whenever I name them off. It always seems like one of them slips my mind.
Yeah, you have to kind of mentally go in a circle around, start up there at Meadowview and just wrap around and then end up with Altamont or something. But yeah, this is really this is a really big deal if you're the kids down there. I know probably the Pittsburg parents are thinking that this is going to extend their evening, but super important to try to build the future, and things like this help out.
Lady Grizzlies fall 53-27. This is the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show of Labette County Lady Grizzly basketball. Labette County did not have a quarter tonight where they scored in double digits offensively. And I feel like kind of an easy way to put it tonight is to simply tip your cap to the Pittsburg defense. Because I don't think Labette County just played careless. Pittsburgh's defense was just really solid, and good looks for Labette County were tough to come by.
Yeah, and I noticed that first half we were moving the ball awfully well and at least getting the ball inside without much trouble, and weren't necessarily getting off shots because of how well they collapsed on us and how well mainly English played down low. I guess they all did. But, man, when Coach Gegg went back to man-to-man that second half, it really caused us some troubles of getting comfortable. So, yeah, have to compliment Pittsburgh tonight. They look like a complete ball club, played really well.
Every week you and I are as well as Labette County fans and players are getting a chance to just continuously see how deep this league is.
It's improved for sure, yeah.
Really has. A lot of these girls teams brought back a lot of their players, which is where we had been for so long, and we bring back a core for sure. But goodness, this league is a tough one. Leading scorer for Labette County was Peyton Davis with 9 points. Amory Baker with 4. Kylie Roberts with 4. Keely Good with 3. Kaylin McCoy, Carson Moore, and Jackie Scholl all chipped in with 2. The main scorers for Pittsburgh tonight was Adelie Gober with 15 and Odessa Reed with 12. Other scores were Hutchison off the bench with 8, English with 6, Miller with 5, Jorge with 2, and Hertrick with 5 as well. I look at that. Hutchison and Gober came off the bench, and they combined for 23 points. So they had 23 bench points tonight, did Pittsburgh. So just a nice team that Coach Gegg has. Happy for her. To see the success that she's had, 5 straight wins since the new year started. This has been the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show of Labette County Lady Grizzly basketball. Again, they fall 2-3-7 on the season and 1-4 in the league. The Burlington tournament is next week. Let me pull up my bracket here, and I'll tell you what things look like next week. For Labette County, they will play on Tuesday. The girls will play at 3:30 p.m. on Tuesday in the Burlington Middle School against the Independence Bulldogs. So Labette County will play Independence 3 times this season. The boys, the Labette County boys on Tuesday, will play right after the Lady Grizzlies in the middle school against Independence. So it's basically like any other normal league night against Independence, but it's in the afternoon. Girls 3:30, boys right after around 5 in the Burlington Middle School. Both of our teams play Independence. And then win or lose, the Burlington tournament guarantees you 3 games. So we don't know who will play, of course, but next week there will be games Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Again, this has been the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show of Labette County Lady Grizzly basketball. We will be back in 5 minutes with the Tank Connection pregame show for the boys contest. Welcome in, Grizzly fans. We're broadcasting live from Altamont, Kansas, here at Labette County High School. Just under 8 minutes until starters and tip-off, as well as the national anthem, of course, of the boys contest. It's Labette County, and it is Pittsburg, an opponent where Labette County has struggled to defeat in football. This past fall, we beat them for the first time in history. And while we have certainly beaten Pittsburg in basketball before, it feels like it's been a while since we've had some success against them. But Pittsburg, perhaps not quite the dominant force, just overwhelming dominant force that they had been for some of those years. However, still always so quality and hard to beat.
Yeah, they are, and they kind of developed a little tradition there. You know how it is when you've been good several seasons or competitive. It kind of starts that tradition and expectation. And it's worth mentioning, Pittsburg has right at 1,000 students in their high school, so that always helps too. But yeah, this bunch of Grizzly young men down here have done a lot of things they weren't supposed to this year. So I'm sure we'll compete quite well tonight against the Dragons, but it'll be fun. It always is.
As we mentioned in the pregame show for the girls, Pittsburg, just as a program, has played more games than Labette County. Three more games than Labette County has this year. Pittsburg 6-5 on the season. Labette County 6-3. The Purple Dragons started off the season 0-3 with losses to Joplin, Shawnee, Mission North, and Webb City, so I can't imagine those three teams were too easy.
No.
And then they rebounded with 4 straight wins as they entered into league play, and they have continued to have some success in the league. They are 3-2 in the conference, with those 2 losses to Fort Scott and Independence. So after tonight, Pittsburg will have played all 5 league opponents. 5.5 minutes, or I should say 6 league opponents. 5.5 minutes until the national anthem will play. Labette County, on the other hand, as mentioned, 6-3 on the year, a nice record. Those 3 losses came to Collegiate, Independence, and Fort Scott, but they're coming off of a win at Iola, 55-52. That was a fun game where Kane Nash made 6 3-pointers.
Yeah, he sure did. I'll tell you, he's continued to be just a constant spark plug for us, man. He's a defensive player. He's a good shooter. So, yeah, we've sure enjoyed having him join us at school and on the basketball court this year. So, yeah, what a fun bunch, and hopefully we can continue to bring that defensive pressure, which I'm sure we will, and maybe get kind of hot, get contagious on making some shots and, watching the ball go down. So we'll see how this goes.
Labette County will be without Carson Lamb tonight, who plays a lot of minutes for us and is a great athlete just in general. As I wasn't aware, actually. I saw him at school a couple days ago when I went to visit the kids during lunchtime, and he was walking around okay, but he's down there with a crutch on. Jonathan, do you have an update that you can share about Carson?
So it happened yesterday at practice. He, for my knowledge, he just came down on it wrong or planted wrong and just twisted it.
Ankle?
Yeah, twisted his ankle. And it happened last night, so there's not really any news on it. So we have no clue how long it'll be or how serious it is. It did get swell really huge, though.
Thank you, Jonathan, for that. He does have one crutch that he's obviously using to help him get around, but not 2 crutches, so able to put some weight on that ankle. But, yeah, he's pretty gimpy, so certainly hope that Carson Lamb's okay. So Labette County, a deep team, will be without one of those depth pieces. It's Labette County, it's Pittsburg. This is the Tank Connection pregame show. Back in 30 seconds with more on KLKC.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating voltage storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Welcome back in, basketball fans, to the Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Grizzly basketball. Labette County coming off of a 3-point victory at Iola. Talked about this a little bit ago. Junior Kane Nash made 6 3-pointers, and he had 4 3-pointers in the game against Chanute a couple weeks ago, and his cousin Nolan Nash, who we all know and love, made 8 threes at Parsons. So we're, Labette County might not have that one player that you can write down for 4 made threes every game. They've got 4 or 5 players, 3 to 4 players that could make 4 threes in any given game, if that makes sense. Kane Nash is capable, Nolan's capable, Kagan, Barrett, Zane Garton. I mean, you just kind of look, they're all so similar, and that's what makes them so lethal, because any could hurt you.
Yeah, it is nice when you can kind of spread the wealth like that, and if someone's not on, maybe somebody else is. But this team, of course, also likes to rely on pressure and some transitional layups and things like that. I'd like to see the Grizzlies continue to rebound on both ends of the floor better. That's, in my opinion, where we need to kind of step it up, not giving teams second and third opportunities to score on us, and just maintain 4 quarters of real high-intensity basketball tonight. So can't wait. It's always fun.
Both teams go to their respective benches. Labette County is going to be in home white uniforms. Pittsburg is going to be in kind of a dark gray uniform with purple and white trim spread throughout. Everybody in Harrison rises to their feet for the playing of the national anthem. This has been the Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Grizzly basketball. Back in 2 minutes with starters and tip-off. Starters being rattled off by Randy Blackwell here in Harrison Gymnasium. We will start with the visitors. Starting for Pittsburgh, number 1, a senior, Danny Durden. Number 2, another senior, Caden Navaratnam. Number 4, a junior, Jamarcus Davis. Number 11, a junior, Landon Jesse. Number 21, a senior, Malachi Meadows. And number 11, a junior, Landon Jesse. So for Pittsburgh, it's Durden, Navaratnam, Davis, Jesse, and Meadows. Starting tonight for Labette County will be number 3, a junior, Kane Nash. Number 4, a senior, Kagan Bates. Number 5, a junior, Nolan Nash. Number 33, a junior, Tucker Rush. And number 24, a senior, Barrett Heston. Good atmosphere on tap here at home in Altamont. Tip-off in 30 seconds. Pittsburgh wins the tip and the tap, and we are underway here in Altamont, and it starts with a Danny Durden bucket underneath the rim. 2-0 Dragons.
Yeah, pretty quick little feed inside and straight up. That was a nice little play there by Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh lost to Fort Scott on Tuesday by 15 points on their home floor. They have a win at Chanute in overtime by 2 points as Barrett Heston ties the game at 2.
That's what we like to see right there out of Barrett. Something good happened. Let him watch the ball go down.
Ball poked out of bounds off of Durden, and Labette County forces a turnover.
I think that was Barrett, too, that created kind of a jam down there and helped free that ball up. So Barrett's off to a pretty hot start here.
Kane Nash with a skip pass to Nolan. Closed out on tightly by Jesse. Entry pass to Bates in traffic, but Kagan comes away with it. And an ill-advised pass by Bates. A no-look pass to Heston on the block. Went near the cheerleaders out of bounds. Turnover Grizzlies.
Yeah, that's kind of Kagan's forte, is just that magician pass he does all the time. That time, I think Barrett quit on his back, kind of a back cut there, and he slowed down.
Labette County pressing Pittsburgh here, and they're going to give up a layup to Meadows at the rim.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that time our press was very effective. I'm sure Argerbright will stay with it for a while, but Pittsburgh handled that quite well.
4-2 Pittsburgh. 6:30 to play first quarter. Rush defended by Durden. Passes and cuts away from the ball. Kane Nash had the hot hand on Tuesday. Barrett, does he have the hot hand tonight? Yes. Bread and butter, little jumper, Barrett Heston.
Yeah, when things are going his way, man, he can score in bunches, so I like that.
Durden breaks the press at the hole, misses, gets his own, fought for, out off of him. Labette County possession.
Yeah, pretty good start here. Pittsburgh's got some nice-looking athletes, too, so Labette County's going to have to play a real sound game here tonight.
New head coach for Pittsburgh this year, Jesse Moss. Head coach for Labette County, Bradley Argerbright. Here's Tucker Rush about 7 feet away, throws off to Barrett Heston, who has all 4 of our points. Bates throws to Kane Nash, head-on tray, too strong, rebound Pittsburgh.
Yep, not a bad possession. Here comes Pittsburgh.
What a pass. Meadows finishes at the rim. The pass was from Davis, and it was a beauty. Pittsburgh leads 6-4 with 5:40 remaining in the first quarter.
Boy, that sure was. Labette County's going to have to jet back. Pittsburgh's quick.
Tucker Rush for 3. Air ball strong. Pittsburgh cherry picking. Meadows right to left. Misses. Durden on the follow. Misses and is bailed out by a foul. He should have just shot it, but maybe he had an and one playing in the back of his mind. But Danny Durden will shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, man, they're looking for the fast break. As soon as one person shoots for Pittsburgh, whoever's out top just takes off. So Labette County's going to have to make some adjustments. We can't give them too many free little layups like that, or attempts, I should say.
Durden's first free throw rims out. That foul was on Barrett Heston, his first, and the first foul of the game, actually. Second free throw, 2 dribbles in a pretty quiet gymnasium, but a really full one at the same time. He'll make it. It's 7-4 Pittsburgh with 5:20 to play in the first quarter.
See if the Grizzlies can't get a little better offense here and maybe get a little better look this time.
Nolan Nash, left wing. Throws off to Kane, who drives, flips it up, and is fouled.
Kane did a really good job. As soon as he heard the whistle, he made any and all attempt just to get the ball thrown that direction. You never know. You know, sometimes you can get that to go in for you.
Kane rims in the first free throw to give or draw Labette County within 2. Colton Weil in the game for Tucker Rush.
Coach Argerbright kind of going with a smaller rotation right now, just switching things up and bringing in some speed with Weil.
Second free throw missed, but it's rebounded by Heston. Here's Bates, Labette County with a little bit of downhill momentum, and a foul on Danny Durden. 2 free throws for Kagan Bates.
Never ceases to amaze me how he can just go in with the, I always call them the trees, and somehow arches backwards and just at least get the shot off. Just such a talent.
Kagan Bates was a key piece, especially from the free throw line, in Labette County's success in the Circle tournament when they won at Circle and against Mulvane, both of those games within 8-point victories. He was huge from the free throw line throughout the whole Circle tournament, and he makes both of these here, making it a 7-7 game. Labette County with a 3-point possession there, all from the free throw line. Meadows drives at the rim, yes, and Pittsburgh goes back up by 2.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened there. That just looked too easy, quite honestly, so we're gonna have to really toughen up, tighten up our defense, it looks like.
Bates hands off to Weil. Colton, not a great backdoor decision, intercepted by Durden, who had a sloppy handle of it, but made it work, and he'll score. Durden and Meadows have all 11 points for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's kind of making us a little uneasy, playing good defense and quick to transition.
Nice kick out. Weil gets his man to bite, settles from 10, and swishes it. Really pretty, fluent move.
Such a nice, disciplined player. Just head fake and got his man in the air and then settled for a nice, tough 8-footer.
11-9, Pittsburgh leads. 4 minutes, first quarter. Left wing is Jesse, throws off Navaratnam, drives back to Jesse, given room this time, misses. Nice box by Nash, tips it to Bates for the board. Long pass to Colton Weil. Heston was open backside, but Weil didn't see him. And here's Labette County in a half-court situation.
Yeah, I really like that one shot back down there with Labette County getting the rebound. That's important.
3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Labette County trails by 2. Nash gets by his man, finishes, plus the foul. And Nolan Nash will head to the stripe to try to give Labette County a lead.
Nice strong move there by Nolan. I'd like to see him continue to do that. He went through a few games where he looked to penetrate often and no one can guard him, and he could get up so well. So really well done there by Nash.
Three substitutions for Pittsburgh. Halen Moss, a sophomore, Wyatt Thomas, a sophomore, and Zane Miller, a junior, all 3 in the game for Pittsburgh. The 2 that stayed on was Jamarcus Davis and Caden Navaratnam. Nolan Nash misses the 3-point play, and it's 11-11 here with 3:10 to go. Wyatt Thomas just checked in and is making his presence felt on a drive and kick to Zane Miller. He'll drive, near travel, but kept it down. Navaratnam for 3 right wing, no. Rebounded by Labette County's Barrett Heston. He'll have it poked from his possession, and Pittsburg has it, and they'll move right to left with a few numbers here.
That was pretty good defense by Labette County too, and again, rebounding looks pretty strong tonight.
Davis drives into 2 defenders, and a blocking foul called on Nolan Nash. It was a weak drive. He didn't really surge, but they called a block anyways as Nash hit the deck, perhaps trying to draw a charge there, cost him a blocking whistle.
Yeah, sometimes if the ball handler isn't coming hot enough, it's hard to sell a charge, even though, you know, you were standing still. It's just tough. Charges, like we say, are always 50-50, and if it's not super obvious, they just don't call it.
First free throw good from Davis. Tucker Rush checks back in for the Grizzlies. Cooper Leonard alongside him, Barrett Heston and Nolan Nash. Take a seat. Second free throw good as well for Davis.
Tell you, this Pittsburgh team, you know, the boys' league's pretty balanced too. I
It
mean,
is.
you know, everybody you play, it's a good game.
They're all close, real close. Bates open for 3. Down and out, rebound, Moss, and then a technical foul called. Pittsburgh is celebrating. We'll see who it's on.
Kagan, I'm afraid.
Okay, it is a technical foul on Kagan Bates. And so now Pittsburgh will have 2 free throws and the basketball. That's Kagan's first personal foul, each team with 3 team fouls. Must have said something or what have you after his missed 3 getting back on defense. Known to be a fiery guy.
Yeah, he's just a strong, emotional player, which, you know, that's what makes him him. And sometimes when he's him, these kind of things boil over a little bit. So got to kind of cool his jets here and kind of reel himself in.
Davis swishes both free throws. Pittsburgh up by 4 and has the ball. This is still just the first quarter, so a pretty high-scoring first quarter, really, if you stop and think about it. 15-11 with still 2.5 minutes to play. Pittsburgh in front. Refs sending the teams back to their benches.
I don't know if we have a timeout or what. Oh, some water.
They're going to wipe off a wet spot on the hardwood. That gives us a moment. They actually are calling for a mop. They're going to wipe down some moisture, and we're going to thank some sponsors. How about that? We'd like to thank Brown's Mechanical and Plumbing Services, Idea Tech, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Elm Haven Nursing Home and Woodridge Estates, Labette Health, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray, Wood Insurance Center, Labette Community College, SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier and Meister, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Unified School District of USD 506, Elm Haven Nursing Home and Woodridge Estates, Commercial Bank, the corner store of Altamont, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, and Idea Tech. Must have really been a spill over there. Somebody's concession must have gotten wasted over there on the north sideline here in Harrison. So kind of an extra timeout for both of these teams. Pittsburgh leads Labette County right now 15-11 with 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. You know, you look at some of the final scores of Pittsburgh's games, and they're really pretty identical to Labette County's. The Grizzlies lost to Fort Scott a week ago tonight by 9 points, and Pittsburgh on Tuesday lost to Fort Scott by 15. Labette County beat Chanute by 2 points. Pittsburgh beat Chanute by 2 points.
Yeah,
Pittsburg lost to Independence by 8 points, and Labette County lost to Independence by 8 points. Pittsburg, I'm going to keep going, beat Parsons by nearly 30 points, and Labette County beat Parsons by nearly 30 points. In fact, 28 points was the margin of victory for both Labette County and Pittsburg over Parsons, or 29 for Pittsburg, rather. Just very identical.
Yeah.
And we're kind of seeing that here tonight. Looks like it's going to be a close game, but Pittsburg never puts a team that isn't quality and just good on the floor. They're always good.
Yes, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, they seldom do you see a Pittsburgh team that doesn't compete well. Correct. A lot of teams sometimes are rebuilding or, kind of in a downward cycle. But, Pittsburgh does. They put a nice product out on the floor and play hard. So, this is setting up, obviously, to be just the perfect matchup, it sounds like.
Pittsburgh inbounds the basketball, leading by 4 with 2:20 to play in the first quarter. Navaratnam with the ball on the left side, throws to Davis. Given room by Rush, misses the 3, and the long rebound is Tucker's for Labette County.
Yeah, once again, one shot and rebound. That's so big. We have to keep that up.
Kane Nash throws to the right to Colton Weil. Now Barrett Heston. One more to Kane Nash. Shoots the 3 and makes the 3.
Yeah,
Labette County within 1.
So important to catch and shoot in rhythm like that for Kane. Really well done there.
1 minute, 40 seconds remaining, first quarter. Davis looks to drive on Weil. Hook pass somehow finds Moss. Back to Davis. One more pass to Thomas. Back to Davis. Pittsburgh, weird possession here. And a pass tipped out. Oh, it stays in. It was caught by Thomas. 2-second shot clock. Davis heaves and nearly banked in the 3. That did not deserve to go in. Labette County's defense was great on that possession.
That was a great suffocating defense there, and you're right. If that would have went in, that would have been a bad deal.
Kane Nash trying to throw the ball, but no one really ever broke open there, and he throws it away. Here's a shot at the rim that's good from Zane Miller. Labette County's wings didn't do a great job of popping open for Kane Nash right there.
Yeah, we're going to have to get some movement, some kick out, maybe some screens or something. Pittsburgh's defending pretty well themselves.
Cooper Leonard comes to collect the ball on the right side, right below us. Labette County moving left to right, Pittsburgh the other way. Full house in Harrison. Heston has the ball tipped from his possession, but he gets it back. Kane Nash with 8 seconds on the shot clock, throws into Leonard, falls to the ground, throws back to Kane, misses on the 3, and it lands out of bounds. Pittsburgh will have it.
That possession never felt right to me. Kind of rushed and, kicked in, kicked out. Pittsburgh defended well right there, so got our hands full tonight.
Pittsburgh with a 3-point lead. Feels like it should be almost halftime, but it's not even the end of the first quarter.
It has been a long first quarter.
10 seconds left in it. Davis uncontested at the hole, bucket plus the foul. Labette County having a hard time cutting off downhill drivers.
Really are. He just stayed strong and went to the hole. I guess we can't stay in front of him. Someone's going to have to come off their man and help out down low. That was too easy.
Davis to try to convert the 3-point play. He has not missed from the free throw line tonight and will not right here. 7 points for him, and he leads all scorers and will check out of the game to get a breather. 10 seconds remain, first quarter. Labette County down by 6. Ball is in. Nolan Nash dribbles up the sideline, lost it, stolen. Right to left, here's Thomas, and then they throw it away with 1 second left. Or will it stay with the Dragons? No, it'll be Labette County ball.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's got some quick hands. So we're going to have to pay a little better attention to ball security for sure and not get sloppy or lackadaisical.
Labette County's given up 20 points in the first quarter to Pittsburgh on pace to score 80 points. Here's Bates, kind of tried to force a foul a little bit. Not much you can do with over a second left. And that will do it at the end of one. It's Pittsburg 20, Labette County 14. Going to be a fun game, it appears, here in Altamont. We'll return in 1 minute on KLKC.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating voltage storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Labette County has possession of the basketball to begin the second quarter. They trail Pittsburg 20-14. Danny Durden commits his second personal foul of the contest. Curious to see if he comes out or not. He will. In for him is Halen Moss. Maddox Dewey in the game for the Grizzlies. Kane Nash, the only person who started the game who is not starting here in the second quarter. Kagan Bates gets by his man, gets to the hole, somehow flips something up around the rim and misses. And then Pittsburgh heaves one well out of reach and out of bounds.
Yeah, Pittsburgh continues to try to get those home run strikes. Man, they just send people in streak after a shot's taken. So again, Labette County have to be on their toes to get back quick.
Bates picks his dribble up in the midst of a trap but finds Dewey. Drives baseline, kick out Nolan. Wanted the three, denied, but he'll shoot the two and airball it. Rebounded by Jesse.
Yeah, right now I feel like Pittsburgh has us just a little bit rattled, it seems, or a little bit off balance, I should say.
Davis touches the paint on the drive, throws it out to Miller. Looking to work on Nash, spins on him, nice defense. Forced to kick it. Jesse does the same, 4 seconds on the shot clock. A three-pointer clanks off, rebound Maddox Dewey. The three was put up by Zay Miller.
Again, it's good to limit Pittsburgh to one shot attempt.
Tucker Rush with a fader, might have been tipped, I think it was, by Moss. Rebound Dragons. Two good defensive teams in both the girls and boys Purple Dragons.
Yeah, they really are, and I do think he got a hand on that shot, Moss did.
Labette County playing defense, down by 6. Neither team has scored in the second quarter. 6:15 to play in the half. Nice kick out. A three-pointer is heaved and missed, but the air ball went so far. Miller has it. Shot flipped up, misses. Long board finds Pittsburgh. The heartbeat stays alive. Meadows has it stolen on the pass. Here's Heston up ahead. He'll miss. Dewey misses. Rebound Dragons. Labette County with 2 chances right at the rim.
Oh, those are killer against this team. We're going to have to make sure those happen. You got to finish that.
A charge called here on the Dragons. A quarter of Bates' body was hit and he fell down trying to draw the charge, and it worked this time. Would have been his second personal. However, it's the second personal on Jamarcus Davis for Pittsburgh with 5:40 to play in the half. Still scoreless, both these teams in the second quarter.
That was big. by Kagan for a lot of reasons. It gets Davis on the bench, stops the momentum here, so a score here would be really big for us. We need it.
Three-pointer from Kane Nash, left wing. You better believe it. He is shooting the ball so well, and Labette County draws within 3.
Yeah, he just looks relaxed and confident shooting. That's just really good to see.
Three-pointer missed by Pittsburg, hit the top of the backboard. Rebound Maddox Dewey. Getting some extended play here. Has played all 3 minutes so far in the second quarter. Nice no-look. Dewey for the tie. Misses. Nash soars in and out off of him. Even if that was off of a dragon, the way that Nolan crashed the glass, refs are more often than not going to kind of call the bang-bang off of the player that was flying in. So Pittsburg has it up by 3. Maddox Dewey takes the seat. Good minutes from him. Zane Garton into the ball game. He can shoot it as well.
Oh, yeah, he sure can. We've had a decent, nice move.
Zane Miller on the basket. I was waiting to see who scored there. I did not see.
Okay.
So Pittsburgh leads by 5. Miller on the score. 4.5 minutes remain in the second quarter. Nash given room, shoots the 3, misses well strong. Pittsburgh wanting to get out and run. They throw it away. Pass was intended for Navaratnam, and Bates intercepted it. Nolan drives. A tough jumper is good.
That's how you do it. You miss a couple, then you go right back to it and get one to go down for you. So way to go there, Nolan.
A 3-point ball game. Pittsburgh in front. Under 4 minutes, second quarter. The student section getting pom-poms handed out to them. They're festive as always over there, waving red and gold pom-poms around now. Moss at the hole, misses. Good defense by the Grizzlies there, and they get the rebound.
Yep, good job there. We need to really turn this into points so we
Tucker gave up on that a little early. He could have gotten it potentially. Bates' pass for a rush went in and out of his hands. As you've said this before, there's 2 parts to the way Kagan throws the ball. Well, 1, he throws it, and 2, you're not really expecting it as a teammate.
Yeah.
So you're not ready to catch it.
Yeah, these guys have had to learn on the fly the last couple years at Kagan. Speaking of Kagan, another steal.
Left to right, no look pass to Kane, rises and scores, and it's a 1-point Pittsburgh lead.
Okay, got a chance here for a little lift, a little buzzing, in our step, so let's keep it going.
A drive at the rim is good. What a nice play by Wyatt Thomas. Pittsburgh has a deep team of their own.
Yeah, it really is, and that's what Pittsburgh needed right there, was someone to, step up and get a basket.
Thomas gets a foul called on him, playing handsy defense on Kagan Bates. Labette County yet to commit a crime here in the second quarter. No fouls on them. Pittsburgh with 3 team fouls with 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Colton Weil, foot on the 3-point line, throws to Garton, wide open, swish, and we're tied at 24. Zane Garton swishes the 3.
Man, how confident was that stroke? That was a beautiful shot there, and he just stepped up and knocked it down.
Meadows, good ball player, misses at the rim though. Rebound Garton, outlet to Bates. Here we go. Kagan in the paint is blocked, and I think it went off his back. Oh, they call a jump that will give it to Pittsburgh. There really was not a win for Labette County in any outcome unless they called a foul, which it wasn't a foul.
No, it wasn't. That was the right call. It's a jump ball.
Because if they called it a block, the ball came down on Kagan Bates when he fell out of bounds, so would have been a turnover anyways. What a nice ball game. Pittsburgh throws it away by Labette County's bench. Wow, turnover Pittsburgh, tied at 24.
Yeah, they've had some of those too, some wild throws and some throwaways. So, hey, Labette County's kind of settled down here a little bit. See if we can't get another good possession right here out of Garton.
Wants another, gets another. Special Zane does it again, and it's a 3-point Grizzly lead.
Look out, man. He looks so confident right now in his stroke and how he's jogging back.
A catch and shoot left corner three, back-to-back possessions, or 2 out of the last 3 possessions for Zane Garton. How does Pittsburgh respond to the pressure applied? Three-pointer misses, high rebound, goes to Colton Weil. Labette County playing big boy ball here on their home floor.
Well, Colton went up with a guy that's about 6'4".
Heston from 12, yes! Labette County leads by 5.
Isn't it fun when it goes your way? You can just feel the confidence in the team. Whoever gets it next is apt to make it too.
Stop, score, and timeout. Those are the next 3 steps for Labette County here. A Pittsburgh timeout, I mean, of course. Here's a 3 by Navaratnam. Kind of a settle of a shot, misses, saved by Meadows to Heston. Left to right, here we go. There's step 1, the stop. Step 2, the score, coming in a moment. Bates out to Weil, wants a 3, and misses. Bates soars in and collects the board, throws out to Heston. Hold your breath. No! The roof would have came off, and my prediction would have been right. Thanks a lot, Barrett. Come on now.
Oh, my goodness. I just knew every one of those was going to go down.
Oh, baby. Wow. 29-24. The lead stays at 5 for Labette County. Navaratnam head fake, skips it to Meadows. Entry pass, tip stolen. Kane Nash comes away with it. 33 seconds until halftime. Labette County waltzes it up the floor.
Yeah, Kane's too quick. You can't bounce a pass by him like that. How quick is he? So it'll be fun to see how we wrap up here in the next 23 seconds.
What a flurry for Labette County to snatch the lead and hold on to it. Up by 5. 15 seconds left in the half. No shot clock. Bates working left, now right. Weil given room, wants a 3. Missed it off the heel. Now Pittsburgh has 3 seconds. Right to left, here comes Thomas. 1 second, near carry, and won't get a shot off. What a great effort by Labette County. They lead 29-24 at the end of 1 half. The Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show will be live here in 5 minutes. And hopefully we'll hear from Coach Vollmer of the Lady Grizzlies in 5 minutes on KLKC. Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show, brought to you by Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. And as usual, we're happy to be joined by head coach of the Lady Grizzlies, played earlier this evening, Brianna Vollmer. Coach, thanks for joining us. 53-27 in favor of the visiting Dragons tonight was the final. But, Coach, obviously I'd like to hear your thoughts on the game, but we certainly thought up here the ball and body movement on offense looked so much more improved, at least from our standpoint. You might disagree. That's okay.
Yeah, I thought, we had the right thought process, to start the game in terms of, it's got to be somebody besides, English, number 30, and then number 11, has really hurt some teams. So I think we had the right defensive philosophy. I think that offensively they were just so physical. And then, I'd much rather as a coach have a physical game than have ticky-tack fouls and things like that. The flow of the game has just improved so much. But we're working. We had our moments. I know that there's some frustration. And, we talked about our toughness. We talked about how do we continue to persevere? How do we continue to fight through these woes that we've had and, keep our head up? And we've got to do that. And we've got some kids that are continuing to improve, and I'll give it to them. They've stayed positive, and we've just got to continue to truck along. We don't have a choice other than that. And, again, we talk about life lessons. That's how life works. You got to keep trucking along. You don't have another choice. And we're going to continue to do that. Great Pittsburg team, well coached, obviously Coach Gegg, Tristan, phenomenal college player, phenomenal high school athlete, and she had her kids ready, and they've kind of hit their groove a little bit. I think they've won 6 in a row or something like that. So, we're going to continue to prove. I know what we need to continue to work on, and we're going to continue to do that and chip away and do our jobs night in and night out.
You mentioned it being a physical game. It certainly was, and the refs did a nice job there just kind of letting flow take place. However, you all did get to the free throw line 18 times by my count, Pittsburgh only 4. So does that speak to you at all as far as just your girls' ability to lean into contact whenever they were in traffic and get a trip to the line and slow the game down in some of those moments?
Yeah, I think so. And, I think that again, we had the right idea behind things. We just never converted. And then, they hit some shots. I'm not going to say all of their shots obviously are, luck. They're a skilled basketball team. I think they had some kids that hit some shots that normally don't, or as far as I've seen on film. So it's just not how it fell tonight. I surely don't think it's a 53-27 score, but that's how it fell. And they hit some shots down the stretch, and we didn't. And, going into tournament week, I think we've just got to take what we've got, and we got a great draw at the Burlington tournament, and we've got to turn that around. But, free throw shooting, and, I will say we've had games where we haven't shot free throws, and I've been like, let's get to the free throw line, let's make them pay. And, that's something that we improve on, but we've got to improve on something and not go back to that, so let's not talk about free throw shooting again. Let's get to the free throw line and just do our jobs. And I find that I'm doing that as a coach a lot. We teach something or we focus on something in this practice, and then we have to reteach the next. So that's been a goal from whether it be game night or practice day or whatever that is, let's not reteach something. So we're continuing to work. We're going to keep chipping away. And, I hope that by the end of the season, you're consistently saying, wow, so much improvement, or, the things we're harping on right now, like boxing out. You boxed out really well tonight, and you've done that for the last 2 weeks. I hope we're saying those things towards the end of the season.
You kind of alluded to it. Burlington tournament is next week. We've been in the Burlington tournament as far as I can remember, and I know you've been a part of it, of course, every year. So is there any aspect of just the Burlington tournament where you look at it as kind of a landmark for your team to obviously try to go win 3 games and win the tournament, of course, but as far as kind of identity or maybe trying a rotation or whatever, I'm kind of spitballing, but whenever you think Burlington Invitational, do you have any kind of tabs on it that you want to try or see or find out or achieve?
I think first of all, I love the Burlington tournament. It's, in my opinion, and obviously I'm biased, it's the best girls tournament in the state of Kansas right now. You look at the draws of it, and the history of the tournament and just the phenomenal teams that are in it. The top 5 teams are ranked in the top 5 in 3A or 4A in the state of Kansas, and that's just, insane. You look at Silver Lake, number 1 in 3A. They could probably go win a state title this year. They finished 2nd last year and won it the year before. You've got Girard, you've got Ottawa, you've got Burlington, you've got Independence, and all of those teams are ranked in the top 5. I literally checked today. And so I think it's just magical. It's what we want for women's basketball in the state of Kansas. We want to be part of that conversation, and people are saying that. The legacy of Labette County girls basketball is, we're a tough team to play.
Yep.
And we want to go be a tough team to play. And I've always said that if you can win 2 games at the Burlington tournament, whether that's your 1st and 2nd round and get to the title, or whatever falls and you win the 2nd and the 3rd round, like whatever that looks like for you, like that would be a great thing for us. Obviously, we want to go play for a championship. That would be amazing. We've done that. We did that last year and played Silver Lake in the title game. But we'd love to win 2 games and compete and be a part of the conversation, that the state is having. And, sometimes we have kids that break out. I remember Maddie Brannon, she didn't see the floor as a freshman until the Burlington tournament. I remember throwing her on, and then the rest is history. She was a 1,000-point scorer for us. And, started the sophomore, junior, senior year, and she kind of figured it out. So I hope that we figure some things out. We find some identity in terms of our toughness, our offense, like let's go score. Let's see some different defenses that we haven't normally seen. So I'm excited. We play the early game on Tuesday, and we're going to go get them.
Coach, thanks for the answer on that.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, and thanks for coming up as always. See you on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. That's Coach Vollmer of those Lady Grizzlies. She just said it. They'll play Tuesday at 3:30 against Independence. Pittsburg draws first blood in the second half here. And Labette County tries to respond, but it's blocked by Danny Durden, who's back in the game after picking up 2 personal fouls in the first half. And here we go, Pittsburg on a 4-0 run to start the second half. Davis with the bucket there.
Yeah, a couple things. Pittsburg came out just ready to go and red hot. They got a couple players back out there that I think had some foul trouble in the first half. So Labette County's going to have to kind of regain some momentum here.
Labette County in a half-court set here. Nash looking to get downhill. The 5-point lead turned into a 1-point lead really quick on Labette County. Rush spins in traffic, took some steps, no whistle for a foul or travel. And a 3-point shot is heaved, and it's going to result in a shot clock violation here on Labette County.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's kind of started out, kind of getting in our head. Here they come hot and heavy. We're going to have to get back quicker than that.
Meadows scores. Pittsburgh has a 1-point lead. Really poor start for Labette County in the first minute and a half. I mean, no one picked him up, and they inbounded the ball on the other end of the floor.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Momentum switched in a hurry.
Nash wants a 3 and gets it. It's Nolan Nash on the 3. Labette County goes up 32-30, much needed.
Oh, a couple of those sure help. Now we need a defensive stop and another one. You've got to have momentum in your hip pocket in basketball. It's just how it goes.
Labette County gets a steal, long pass. Tucker Rush tried to track it down, but Meadows is so fast. Here's a spin by Davis and missed it off the backside of the rim. A tough fading short corner jumper. Labette County gets it up by 2, 5:30 left in the third quarter. Bates, a couple nice moves inside. Hook pass to Rush. That's tough. Intercepted by Navaratnam.
You know, Kagan just got in the paint and then picked his dribble up and just had to somehow try to get out of it. So that's a tough place to be.
Danny Durden throws to Meadows, heart of the floor, one more to Davis. Coach Moss yelling at his boys. Davis to drive. Kane Nash, a good man-on-man defender. Navaratnam, wide open 3, buries it.
It's good possession there by Pittsburgh and took it inside, which everyone collapsed. And, yeah, Navaratnam had a good look at it and popped it. So, man, what a good game we have here.
4:40 third quarter. Pittsburgh's lead is 1. They've outscored Labette County by 6 in 3.5 minutes. Layup missed by Bates, kind of a fading floater rather, not really a layup. Navaratnam to drive and a charge called on him. Nolan stood there and took it. And it's going the other direction for the third quarter's first foul.
I got to be honest, I'm thankful for that. I think that should have been a no call, really. He did a good job of trying to sidestep, but Nolan did the right thing. And like I said, every time you do that, you've got a coin flip if the ref's going to call a charge or not.
4:20, third quarter. Labette County with it, down by 1 after the charge call on Navaratnam, his first foul. Nash in trouble, needs to kind of throw out of the corner where he's at. Nearly lost it out of bounds. Wow, I don't know how that isn't a double dribble. Pittsburgh's bench was wondering it as well. Here's Colton Weil inside, up and under, misses. Tucker Rush soars in, and not a very good possession at all for Labette County. They've only had 1 or 2 good possessions through the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, and I don't know if they called a jump ball or shot clock violation. They called the jump ball, thank you.
Now Pittsburgh's got us sped up.
Wyatt Thomas, a nice sophomore bench player for them, throws off to Zane Miller, who came off the bench tonight too. Missed a tough scoop layup, rebound Grizzlies.
Once again, Grizzlies get the ball right after 1 shot, which is big. Oh, wow.
Nice floater by Barrett Heston. 8 points.
That was nice. Floated in there and got it off just the right timing so it didn't get blocked.
Grizzlies nursing a 1-point lead. 3 minutes, third quarter. Navaratnam needs help. Rush all over him. Throws off to Durden. Gets by Weil. Heston steps in. No block called. Moss is so upset. I wouldn't be shocked if, he didn't say anything vulgar, but he was in that ref's ear right away. As I even kind of started to utter the phrase, I figured that was going to be a block on Barrett. The layup was missed, and then there was a foul. Was there a foul called? I kind of got lost in emotions there.
Yes.
So that is 3 personal fouls on Danny Durden on the rebound. So Labette County has the ball in a 1-point lead. Man, Coach Moss was so mad right there, right in the ref's ear.
Yes, he was. And those 3 fouls on Durden is going to really kind of cool his jets defensively, or it should. He doesn't want 4.
Bates gets by Durden, who pokes it out of his possession, and it went off of Bates. So as the cool kids say, ball don't lie perhaps, and Pittsburgh gets it back. Jonathan, you're a cool kid. Do they still say that in pickup games and stuff?
No, sir.
All right, didn't figure.
I tell you, Durden's a good player, but fouls have just kept him out of the game. I think he had to sit down early in the game, if I remember correctly.
34-33. Grizzlies lead, 2:20, third quarter. 3-pointer for Davis. No. Rebound, no one. Tipped out by Labette County. As what you just saw right there was 3 Grizzlies who had every right to the ball, but they didn't put a body on Thomas. So he was able to come in and wreak havoc and just force something to happen. That's what happens when you turn like a moth and just go to the light and don't put a body on your man.
Yep, exactly right.
Here's Davis inside, who scores and flexes his muscles as he gets back on defense.
That's a good, strong move. One of those I will not be denied kind of a deals.
Weil has it stolen from his possession, but gets it back. What a play. Throws to Garton. Extra pass rush. Timeout. Bradley Argerbright for Labette County. What a nice extra effort by Colton Weil. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KLKC.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Welcome back in, Grizzly fans. Colton Weil had the ball stolen from him, but he was not to be denied. Dove on the floor, got the ball back, and Coach Argabright called the timeout to savor a possession. 1:50 remains in the third quarter. It's 35-34 Purple Dragons. Great ball game. Labette County led by 5 at halftime. Boy, Labette County loose with the ball. Pittsburg steals it. Davis left to right at the cup, misses, rebound rush, clears space to Nolan Nash.
I tell you cannot flaunt that ball in front of him.
Here comes Nolan all the way at the hole and missed the Globetrotters shot but was fouled. And Nolan Nash is going to shoot 2 free throws. That's 3 team fouls on Pittsburg. Labette County with 0, as that was a similar theme in the second quarter. I don't know how many fouls Labette County committed in the second quarter, but it couldn't have been more than 2. They had 0 deep into the second quarter.
Yeah, gosh, what a fun, wild game here. There's 10 real good players on the floor, and they are getting after it both ways.
Halen Moss checks in for Davis, who's been a hard-nosed machine for them. Davis gets well-deserved rest. Danny Durden on the bench with 3 personal fouls for Pittsburgh. Nash makes the first free throw, misses the second. 50-50 board tipped out to Thomas.
Yeah, better get back. I think we're doing a little better job of respecting Pittsburgh's ability to get up the floor.
Zane Garton back in the game for the Grizzlies. Here's a pass, intercepted. Nolan Nash prances right to left, adjusts, and scores.
Good job there, and I imagine the Pittsburgh radio saying you can't be throwing passes like that against this Labette County defense. We're quick too, so needed that.
Grizzlies lead by 2. Corden Hayes, a newly checked-in Dragon, in the game for the first time tonight. Hayes hands it off to Thomas. Back to Malachi Meadows, who has hurt us. Tucker Rush blocks it at the summit. Rebound Grizzlies. Oh my, what a Hulk effort by Rush. And then Nolan Nash throws a pass off the bottom of the backboard and throws a clog in the momentous vessel that Labette County was surging down.
Yeah, he, always looking for the next way to score, though. I think he was trying to catch Tucker Rush on the other end, just a little hot, little high. Yeah, what a block by Tucker. Man, rejected.
That was one of those blocks where it was kind of pinned between the shooter's hands and Tucker Rush's hands for 2 or 3 seconds. And those are kind of the blocks that are labeled as stuffs, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I know what you mean.
18 seconds to play, third quarter. Labette County's lead is 2. Tremendous SEK ball game here tonight. Maddox Dewey, hand in the passing lane, steal. 7 seconds, third quarter. Kane Nash breaks the timeline. Right to left, double team, looks for a friend. Intercepted by Durden, tries to track it down, and the third quarter buzzer sounds. At the end of 3, Labette County leads 37-35. Don't touch the dial. It's going to be a good finish here in 1 minute on KLKC.
Here's a bright idea. Make sure you put your pants on before leaving the house. Sure, it seems simple, but sometimes simple doesn't happen. At IdeaTech, we think it's simple to have real people who live in Kansas helping customers. We understand that not everyone in our industry agrees, but then again, not everyone puts on pants before they leave the house. We think it's important to get the simple things right. Putting our pants on and providing local customer service. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
Labette County leads by 2, start of the fourth quarter. What a fun matchup here at home.
It sure is. Yeah, this is one of the equally wild games. I mean, wild, just full of energy, constant.
Dewey, Leonard, Weil, Kane Nash, and Zane Garton on the floor. Here's a missed floater by Colton Weil and a follow-up foul on him. And Pittsburgh will inbound the ball on the other side of the floor to our left with 7:40 left in the game.
Well, it starts with this. You know, Labette County's going to have to continue to play just tremendous defense, get some steals, and keep Pittsburgh off the boards.
Davis gets downhill. Oh, boy. A foul on Maddox Dewey whistled in, looked clean from here, and the ball went off of Davis's leg out of bounds. So if that wasn't called a foul, it would be a turnover forced by Labette. But it was a foul, and they'll inbound underneath their own rim.
Yeah, sometimes we've talked about it. I mean, of course, the ref was in great position. You know, it happens so quick. You either call it or you don't. I mean, it's just hard to be 100% airtight when you're refereeing.
Durden collects the inbounds pass. He's playing with 3 personal fouls. Navaratnam back to Davis. He's really been their facilitator tonight. Meadows has kind of been the guy that's hurt us at the end of the possession, but Davis has hurt us throughout the possession, and he will not finish at the rim. He got everything but the finish there.
Yeah, he sure did. That was fortunate that didn't go in. So here come the Grizzlies with our chance.
Stutter step Nash blocked by Durden. He is lengthy and an assassin on defense. Here comes Durden. Lost it, nearly out of bounds, and is able to throw it off of Nolan Nash's foot, and he's expressing some pain in his left calf. Nolan is.
Yeah, he came down. Something happened. Yeah, he got just a real tight cramp or something.
It's not his ankle. He grabbed his left calf. Assuming cramp, certainly hope nothing in the line of a hamstring tweak or anything.
Or Achilles for sure. Let's just hope there's a cramp in his calf.
Sits down on the bench and is kind of tending to that right calf. So Nolan sits. Three-pointer Navaratnam, no. Pittsburgh has only made 1 3 tonight. Labette County has made 5.
Doing such a good job rebounding tonight. That's a big part of it.
Colton Weil, a little 15-foot jumper is good. Colton does all kinds of things right. Scoring is typically something he doesn't look to do. But if he starts to score 6 points a game,
oh yeah,
that'll, really help us.
Oh, 100%, yeah. That's a tough shot too. I'd rather shoot a 3-pointer than an 8 or 10-footer.
And he's one of the better defenders you'll find as well on this end. 3-pointer misses. Good box by Tucker Rush. And Danny Durden throws it off of Rush's legs and saves Pittsburgh yet another possession.
Yeah, it was well done by Durden. That's all he could do in that situation and saved his team possession. And, you know, possessions are equal the whole game, but the closer you get to all zeros, it just seems like they become so much more important.
So on the floor for Labette County with 6 minutes left and a 4-point lead is Tucker Rush and Kane Nash, as well as Kagan Bates, Barrett Heston, and Colton Weil. Here goes Davis. Meadows on the kick out. He has 10 points for Pittsburgh. Durden in the corner, throws inside. Navaratnam can't hold it. Turnover, Purple Dragons.
It's like he jammed a finger. That's kind of a tough pass to get, a bounce pass when you're cutting through like that. So Grizzlies got a fortuitous bounce there.
Weil inbounds to Kane Nash, right back to Colton. Up ahead Bates, 3-on-2 situation. Tucker Rush right block, stripped going up, stolen.
Yeah, that Durden, man, he's got quick hands, and, you know, Tucker's done a pretty good job. He's just a quick athlete down low.
Labette County's had a couple chances to go up 6 or 8, but it has been frozen at 4. Blocked by Rush. His foot was out of bounds. Mount Rushmore making Davis feel it at the altitude. Blocked him at the top, and he came down on the baseline.
Yeah, Tucker's done such a great job. I just love his business-like approach. He, you know, it's same facial expression, same effort. Never gets down, never gets crazy up, you know. Just count on him.
Interception, Durden, and is that the big call? And a blocking call charged on Kagan. And I can tell you right now why that was called a block. Because they've mainly called charges tonight in that situation. That was 10 times more of a charge than the other two, so that was kind of an evened it out foul, which isn't a bad thing, because I don't know if both of those others were charges.
Yeah, I mean, that's well said. That's, again, it depends on which ref's calling it, what it looks like, and then they've got that awkward half a second to make a decision while 2,000 people are staring at it.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes you'll see one hand go to the back of the head, but the other hand go, I mean, it's just tough.
There's a comedian we listen to that says that referees should be allowed one shrug per game.
Yeah.
After a whistle, they should be allowed to just say, I don't know.
Yeah.
Durden's
jump ball.
That's right. Durden splits the pair of free throws. Labette County's lead is 3. 5 minutes to play, fourth quarter. 39-36, Labette County. Heston stutters, shoots, and gets the friendly roll. Labette County leads by 5.
Nice job there by Barrett. He's had a great game tonight, and shots inside have been tough to come by.
Davis scores inside for Pittsburgh in response to Bates' jumper, or Heston's jumper. Barrett wants a 3 and misses it. Rebound Bates, behind the back pass to Heston. But Coach Argabright called a timeout. Obviously, he wasn't able to know, but there was about to be a highlight of all highlights. A backdoor cut by Barrett and a behind-the-back pass by Bates. But Argabright signaled in the timeout to draw up a play. 30-second timeout, KLKC.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating voltage storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Kane Nash with the ball for the Grizzlies. Colton Weil now drives, rises, and hits it. I'm telling you, man, those are the types of shots that help extend leads just enough to help you win. Grizzlies up 5.
He's another player that's all business, too. You can't tell if he's made 6 in a row or missed 6 in a row. He just plays the next one.
Davis misses a layup, rebound Grizzlies. I failed to mention there hasn't been a lot of scoring in the fourth quarter. Here comes Nash, he'll drive, shoot, and score! Labette County's lead is 7, under 4 minutes to play. A 6-0 run for Labette County when they hadn't scored for 4 minutes.
Yeah, momentum comes in stretches, so it's in our pocket now, so we want to get as much out of it as we can.
Because Pittsburgh's been held to just 3 points this quarter, so Labette County needed to pump up that scoring total a little bit to take advantage. Davis in the corner right below me here at the table. He'll drive on Bates, quad teamed, pass out of it, 3-pointer Miller, no! Rebound Bates, Labette County up 7, 3 minutes left in the game, and the ball.
Can't say enough about our rebound, and I keep talking about it, but it's just huge. Giving them one chance to score.
Bates, his layup is blocked hard out of bounds by Durden, but it really is no harm, no foul. Labette County will have the ball, 3 minutes to play, 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Kagan just keeps taking it to him, and occasionally you'll get a foul drawn in there.
Ball thrown in. All SEK point guard Kagan Bates pins the ball on his left hip, defended by Meadows. Throws off to Nolan Nash. 2:45 left in the game, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Labette County needs to initiate. Bates does, gets by 1, 2, scooper, missed it. Rebounded by Davis. Left to right, no look pass Meadows. At the cup, denied. Meadows back with the ball, throws off to Thomas. Meadows, right wing. Good defense by Labette County. And a timeout called by Coach Moss, who immediately rips into Wyatt Thomas. Labette County's closeout defense has been good in this quarter. Pittsburg with just 3 fourth-quarter points. Timeout Pittsburgh. Grizzlies lead 45-38. 2:20 to play, back in 30 seconds.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Welcome back in, basketball fans. Labette County Cheer Squad getting some recognition from the public address announcer, and they deserve some recognition to our radio listeners and YouTube live stream watchers. We have a tremendous cheer squad that puts in so much work. They were nominated for, was it the, I don't want to get this wrong, but I probably am. It was some sort of best cheer squad in the SEK or the state. It was something like that.
Yeah.
What a good nomination that was for them, a well-earned one. They performed at halftime of an ICC game in the last week, so just a really nice cheer squad we have. Nikki Rosensteel and Angela Winiger are the coaches for them. 3-point shot misses by Pittsburgh, rebound Bates, and the Grizzlies lead by 7 with 2 minutes to play. They're going to have to score a few more times, but the defense has been good.
Yeah, this is where things change a little. I think Argerbright's wanting to slow down and burn clock. Sometimes that can change. It just changes. So hopefully we stay aggressive enough and get a good shot. We do need to score a time or two more for sure.
Minute 40, fourth quarter. Labette County up 7. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Man, you score here. The time's really melted down on me here. There's only a minute and a half left.
2 seconds.
Inside to Nash, a fader. Didn't get it off. It didn't hit the rim anyways. So a couple possessions where Labette County wisely burning clock, but you don't want to play prevent offense. That is where you can enter some bloody waters.
That's where momentum flips. So, and it's awkward to try to kill time and then just score with 5 seconds left.
Davis scores at the rim. There you go. Timeout Pittsburgh. He'll score. They're not doing anything bad or necessarily wrong. It's just an avenue of kind of burning clock and then being scared to play defense isn't wrong or unwise. It's just risky because you kind of open the avenue for an opponent to get back in the game, because a minute and a half, you're like, oh man, we burned some clock, this game's about over. And then you look up, there's a minute and 17 seconds left, which is forever, and now you're only up 5.
Right, yeah, I don't know. I mean, of course, I'm not the coach. If I was the coach, I would think differently.
Oh, it's not a bad decision.
No, I guess what I'm saying is I'm agreeing that there's just such a balance in trying to maintain the rhythm of the game and the momentum that you had and some of the aggressiveness without a real bad shot. I mean, you don't want to throw up a 35-footer, but, here we go. We've handled it all year. See what the Grizzlies do right now.
Nolan Nash to throw it in, looking for the home run ball. Isn't there. Colton Weil up ahead Bates. He had Kane but didn't throw it. He'll keep, he'll break, and he's fouled. Now here's something interesting. That is the first foul Pittsburgh has committed this quarter.
Yeah.
So they have to foul us 4 more times if it comes to it before we shoot free throws. Here's Bates underneath the rim, head fakes, and then pulls out wisely here because the shot clock reset. So he's going to pass it to Heston under the rim, who is going to shoot and is going to score. Labette County leads by 7 with 1 minute left.
Yeah, great look by Bates and Barrett Heston. Way to go. Great finish there. We needed that.
12 points for Heston. Davis misses. Durden with the rebound. Goes into Bates and a foul on Kagan is called. A charge there would have all but ended the game. But a foul on Kagan, I think anyways. I think. Or did they get somebody perhaps swatting at the ball on his way up? Kagan tried to take a charge. Durden is at the line to shoot 2. Oh, they say an and 1.
He scored?
Johnny D bringing you in. What just happened?
I have no clue. I'm just as confused as you guys are.
I'm sure somebody on YouTube is rewinding and looking, but they give Danny Durden an and 1, and he makes the free throw. Goodness. Labette County only up 4, and here's a foul on Hayes for the Dragons. That's just their second team foul. Was it I know they called a foul on Labette County. I get it. Was it goaltending on Labette County, or did the shot go in?
Don't know. It was on 10.
We don't have a 10 on the floor.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's on Pittsburg. All right, game on.
All right, here we go. Heston, outlet to Bates. 35 seconds left and a foul here. Meadows purposefully fouls Bates. We'll just kind of move on from that, really, because it doesn't matter. It's 47-43. Who cares how it happened? That's what the score is. 35 seconds left. Nash has to throw it in over a leaping for Joy Hayes. Throws it to Bates, who's fouled quickly by Meadows. So after the next foul, it's 2 free throws for the Grizzlies. Still a lot of time left in this contest.
Yes, there is. This is tricky. I mean, because now Pittsburgh's just playing loose and just crazed. Labette County's trying to get the ball in and then not get it stolen. So really a lot of mental stuff going on right here.
Man, Meadows has been the one to foul the last 3 times, so he's at 4 personal fouls now. And Coach Moss looked at him and was just kind of like, come on, man. Which he didn't have a choice, but
no. Yeah.
Meadows fouled 3 straight times right there.
Yeah, at this juncture, it's whoever's closest to the ball. Otherwise, you're going to lose 4, 5, 6 seconds, and you might not have that.
First free throw up and good by Kane Nash. Who else really would you want at the line? I mean, we've got 3 or 4 guys I'd love to have, of course, but Kane's just shot well.
Yeah, he's one of them, that's for sure.
Got word from a YouTube listener that the shot that Durden put up did go in.
Okay. I was watching the charge.
Me too.
I didn't even watch the ball.
Me too. Timeout Pittsburgh. Kane Nash will shoot 1 more free throw. Labette County leads 48-43 with 33 seconds left in the game. Again, Pittsburgh just called a timeout, and Kane Nash will have 1 more free throw after this timeout. Labette County's battled, man. It's never easy to beat Pittsburgh, and they were up by 5 at halftime. Labette County was. Pittsburgh came back, took the lead by a handful of points, and Labette County just grinded their way back and has just held fast to a lead.
Yes, they have. This has been, we say this every week. So far, this has been one of the most exciting, equally played ball games I've watched. And we've had some great ball games to watch. But this is 2 teams that play similar. They play up-tempo. Both have some athletic kids. So, yeah, this will be an interesting 33 seconds.
Kane Nash at the line to shoot his second free throw. He has 10 points on the night. Had 22 on Tuesday. Second free throw, swish. Grizzlies lead 49-43, 30 seconds left in the game. I'm sure Coach Argabright will be able to tell us in postgame, but I don't know when we beat Pittsburgh last. I don't know when that was. Hopefully it's tonight, as Pittsburgh's still hanging around. Here's a foul on Colton Weil, and that results in 2 free throws for Durden, because that's the 5th team foul on Labette County. Certainly don't want to speak too soon, but that just kind of came to my mind. I don't know when we've beat Pittsburgh last.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. We want to be sure and get A good screen out here. That was a big miss. At this point, if he can, I would probably have this young man try to miss this if I'm Pittsburgh.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Here we are coaching, eating sour Skittles, and
it's easy to coach up here.
Pittsburgh calls another timeout. Let's go ahead and take a quick 30 with them on KLKC.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
(49-43). Labette County leads Pittsburgh. Durden just has one more free throw left here after he missed the first a second ago. Let's see if he tries to miss or whatever. First free throw, yes he did. Hey, we're not too bad at coaches. He did miss it. Rebound Labette County, and a foul here on Davis. And now a couple free throws here.
At least one.
And you're really 17 seconds away from a really nice win for this Grizzly team that is looking to move on to 7-3 on the year. And they're 17 seconds away from that mark. First free throw from Barrett Heston, good. He's played really solid tonight. He's scored in every frame.
Yeah, he's looked comfortable to me and confident and just came out to have fun tonight, and, you know, happy for him. Things have gone his way.
Misses the second. Rebound Durden. Outlet Navaratnam. Up ahead Davis. Wants a left wing three. Misses. Durden put back. Misses, but he's fouled. And the game getting extended a little bit from the line. He'll shoot two more with 10 seconds left. Labette County leads by 7. What a nice closure for Labette County tonight.
Yeah, I'll talk a whole lot more about that in 10 seconds. I mean, in all likelihood, we win this ball game. Seems like nothing's nuttier than basketball. That was a big miss again. So either way, yeah, we've played a great game, and Pittsburgh's played a nice game. They're better than I thought, and I hate to say it that way. Part of me thought we might win this game a little easier than we did, but Pittsburgh's some great athletes.
Durden tried to miss the second one again, but he accidentally made it. Ball is inbounded, and another foul on Pittsburgh. So Kane Nash is going to go to the line to shoot another pair with the Grizzlies up 7. I think it should be 6, if I'm not mistaken. Or
no, we're up 7.
Is it 7? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. He made that second free throw, and I thought we were already up 7 at that particular point. Refs having a conversation near the free throw line where Kane Nash is about to shoot 2. They're looking up at the scoreboard.
Oh, you might be,
and hey,
you were right.
There you go. Even a blind nut finds a squirrel every once in a while. Exactly.
Yes.
Kane Nash to shoot 2.
Ball don't lie.
And they take off a little bit of time because
I wondered
it
about
never
that.
ran whenever Labette County inbounded the ball. So 9.7 seconds remain. Kane Nash, 2 free throws coming up. First one good. And Coach Argebright's really going to have to be pleased with his boys' effort tonight. I know there were flows where we let them back in the game or whatever. That's going to happen. When you play Pittsburgh and whatever, that's going to happen. So I have to imagine he'll be really happy post-game. Second free throw, good as well by Kane. Rebound on a missed 3 from Pittsburgh goes out off of Colton Weil, and Labette County is 2 seconds away from slaying the Purple Dragons here at home.
Yeah, big win for sure. You're right.
Ball goes into Davis, blocked by Kane Nash. Why not? And Labette County, jump for joy, Grizzly Nation. They beat Pittsburg 52-44 and moved to 7-3 on the season and 3-2 in the SEK League. They're going to be right there for that SEK title when it's all said and done, I'm telling you right now. 52-44 your final. What an emphatic win for these Grizzlies here at home against Pittsburg. Hang with us for the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show, where we will hear from head coach Bradley Argabright break down the numbers as well as the game, as well as, on top of that, a look ahead to the Burlington tournament next week. Back in 2 minutes on KLKC. Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to a joyous Bowen Pharmacy postgame show of Labette County Grizzly basketball, where Labette County defeats Pittsburg 52-44. And I know Coach Argabright will know this. He'll know how long it's been since we've beaten Pittsburg. He knows that type of stuff. But really, who cares about that? We beat them tonight and moved to 3-2 in the league. Going into the Burlington tournament, you couldn't have a better taste in your mouth. We're going to be a force to beat in Burlington.
Yeah, we're just so gritty. This team, they're all so competitive, and you just can't substitute. You've got great athletes, but when you've got a great athlete that also hates losing and the competitive edge, that gritty, never say die mentality, I mean, we are thick with it. I mean, we have some kids that exalt that a little more than others, but it's rubbed off. And when the going gets tough or whatever, we get down 6 or 7 early or 8, we just kind of battle back and go on our runs. And I felt like we rebounded well tonight against a pretty athletic team.
Yeah, we did.
And handled their pressure, and Pittsburgh brought some pressure. So I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Just a great win, and just adding to kind of our feel-good situation, and like you said, maybe we can just build on that going into tournament week.
Labette County scored 10 points or more in all 4 quarters tonight, and they held Pittsburgh, conversely, to 4 points in the second quarter and 9 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
The Grizzly defense, after the first quarter, held them to 24 points through 3 quarters, because the Dragons had 20 points at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, they were putting it on us, and that's a little bit like what Indy did to us early. So, I mean, it happens. We generally come out and play tough, but and we played tough tonight, but Pittsburg was just really on it and made things happen. So the Grizzlies, stayed with it, and another fun win. Glad to watch it.
52-44. Labette County wins it over Pittsburg. And look at this box score here. This is what I bet Coach Argabright's going to be excited to see. Kane Nash had 13. Barrett Heston had 13. That's kind of where he really that's him. He's a 10 to 16 any night type of guy. Nolan Nash had 12. Zane Garton 6. Colton Wiles 6.
Yep.
That's healthy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, anytime you can spread it out and spread the love and rely on a multitude of athletes to chip in, it does. Just if you're a player and there's 4 or 5 other players that can help out, it takes any stress and strain off you. And these guys are happy for the other guys. They want them scoring.
Right.
So this isn't any me mentality at all. It's a team. So, what a tremendous win. I feel like I say that a lot, or have been saying a lot about these kids all school year, no matter what they do. So, tremendous.
Scoring for Pittsburgh, on the other hand, their 3 scorers who had 35 of their 44 points combined was Jamarcus Davis had 15, Malachi Meadows had 10, and Danny Durden had 10. I still think Labette County would have won just because of the type of game they played, but Danny Durden being in a little bit of foul trouble in the first and second halves didn't hurt anything, but I still thought Labette County.
Oh, I think so,
too.
That
that really wasn't just a glaring reason we won by any stretch of means.
Yeah, I mean, same. Every team's got things to say. You know, Carson Lamb's out.
Right,
so, we had one more strong first off the bench rotation that didn't play tonight. So, whatever's put out there in front of you, you react to and win with, and that's what we did tonight.
Coach Argabright on his way up here in a moment. We'll talk to him in 2 minutes on KLKC. Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show of Labette County Grizzly basketball. Boy, what a celebratory post-game show it is tonight, Coach. 52-44 victory over Pittsburgh. No better taste in the mouth going into Burlington.
Yeah, it's my first win as a head coach against Pittsburgh.
I was going to ask.
And as an assistant when I was here, we didn't get one either. So I do believe it's been since 2012 or 2013 since we beat them in basketball, home or away.
Awesome.
You know, and that's a credit to their program. You know, since I've been here, they've had great teams, and no different this year. You know, they've got a group that plays really hard, and you know, I'm just so proud of our kids for believing. You know, we didn't start off very well in the first quarter. Not that we weren't playing well. We just had some bad things happen to us, and some bad breaks. But you know, I pointed to you a second ago. You know, 20 points in the first quarter they score, and after that they score 24 through three quarters. I knew that if we just cleaned up some things that we could stop them on defense, and just a credit to our defense. And I really thought our rebounding was elite tonight.
That was one of the first things we talked about because there had been moments where that had hurt us.
Yeah.
And, man, it was nip and tuck tonight. And the up by 5 at half. Pittsburg, hard, of course, to put away, kind of came back, got in it, had a lead. And then the game was closed by Labette County. I mean, Coach, you all closed the game tonight.
Yeah, you know, and that all started on our defense. You know, every time we got a stop, we seemed to find some good offense. We found some offensive rebounds in that stretch, you know, that really propelled us. But I really thought our veteran kids, I went with a group of guards right at the end. You know, I took Tuck out with, I don't know, 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes. They were starting to press. And, you know, it had nothing to do with how hard Tucker was playing or anything like that. Just wanted to go small, get some guards in there that can handle the ball and be ready for free throws. Because, you know, at that point they had 0 fouls. You know, and we knew they were going to start to get way more handsy real quick. So, you know, we went with a smaller lineup, and a credit to Colt Weil. I really thought he stepped up, handled the ball well, and I don't know if he had any free throws down the stretch. No, but he had 4 points in the, you know, fourth quarter, just big buckets and being ready to play. So, you know, Carson was down tonight, rolled his ankle last night with about 10 minutes in practice and just couldn't go tonight. And I really thought that a lot of our guys stepped up in place of him. You know, he's our sixth man. He was our sixth man last year, and a great sixth man for us. You know, he plays a lot of minutes, and I really thought Colt stepped into those minutes tonight and really, you know, made a difference when he was in there.
And those he scored 6 points, and all those shots were not easy looks from Colton Weil. And you look at that box score, boy, it's healthy. Barrett and Kane 13, Nolan 12, 2 6s in there with Colton and Zane Garton. Just a really healthy box score.
And, you know, talking about Tuck again, Tuck doesn't score tonight, but gosh dang, he had some good rebounds. You know, just, you know, and that's what we got to have. I keep telling them night to night, and we keep talking about it's going to be somebody else. It's going to be, and tonight it was everybody. You know, that's great. We were very balanced. You know, in the last couple of games we've had kind of a high score, and it's been different every game. So, you know, just everyone's chipping in. He had a couple blocks tonight, Tucker did. Barrett really shot the ball well, start the game. His mid-range was really nice tonight. But, you know, we talked about it in the locker room. You know, we're playing really good basketball right now and playing hard. You know, that's great. And now we're starting to make some shots. You know, we know from practice that we've got guys that can shoot the ball at a high clip. And it's just a matter of time until, you know, that all starts to click in the game. So, you know, Kagan has 2 points tonight. I really thought he played really hard tonight. You know, he makes a difference all the time handling the ball. You know, the thing that is showing up the most with him this year, he's averaging 6 assists a game right now.
Wow.
And as a point guard, you know, he's averaging 2 turnovers. You know, that's the thing that he's really advanced on this year. I know his scoring is kind of dipped, but we've got so many guys right now that can score. And, you know, Kagan's so good about finding guys that, you know, it's going to come with him. He's always a great free throw shooter for us. You know, I felt like he probably could have got a couple more calls tonight. But, you know, night in, night out, it's going to be somebody else. And I'm just so proud of the guys for, you know, really battling through. Nolan's been hurt a little bit. And I thought he really battled through, had 12 really good points tonight, had a huge 3 there in the third.
Yes.
You know, that kind of got our momentum going again. We didn't have a great third scoring. We did defensively, which was great. You know, if you're not scoring, you got to play some defense. But, you know, fourth quarter, I really thought we made great decisions. And then to top it off, you know, we go and make 5 out of 6 free throws down the stretch.
Winners of 4 of the last 5 games are the Grizzlies, dating back to the win at Parsons before Christmas break, and now taking that momentum into a tournament where it feels like you all have had some success. You've won this tournament a few years ago. Burlington Independence is the draw. Labette County, the 4 seed, Independence, the 5 seed. So second year in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
We'll play Indy 3 times. That'll be fun on Tuesday, right after the girls around 5 o'clock in the middle school. Looking forward to next week.
Yeah, you know, it's always great to play tournament week. You know, it's a different look. You see people. I know we're going to see Independence first, but, you know, after that, of course, we're going to see some new teams. So, you know, it's all about getting off to a great start at the Burlington tournament. You know, you want to win that first round game and get yourself over there in the big gym and get some momentum going and have a chance, you know, on Friday to go play for a championship. You know, we treat it very much so like it's, you know, a sub-state tournament or a state tournament. You know, you've got to go play on a Friday, Saturday at state. So, you know, you've got to prepare for that. We'll have the late game on Friday night, so we'll have to, you know, it all starts with game one, but, you know, you've got to just prepare for the week, make sure that you're grinding and you're ready for the teams that are coming at you, because next week, you know, Ottawa, they were one of the best teams I've seen last year in 4A. I know they got beat in the first round to McPherson, who won it in overtime, and they're the 8 seed.
Right.
And they didn't lose a lot. So, you know, it's going to be a heck of a tournament. The girls' side is loaded. It's going to be really, really good basketball, and hope you guys can come over and watch. If you can't, tune in, because it's going to be some great basketball. But, you know, we've got to have a great day on Monday and just keep grinding. Don't be satisfied with where we're at. We won tonight, puts us in second in the league. But, you know, we have a big goal of trying to go win this thing. And, you know, Pittsburgh is first in the league. So for us to go get those guys and bring them, you know, closer to our record, and now we're 3-2 in the league, you know, we just got to keep grinding and stacking those wins together. But, you know, it will be nice to get away from our league for a week and you know, refocus on something else.
Absolutely. Everything that you all have set as goals or potential achievements is still right out in front of you.
Yep.
Still get to play those teams we lost to again, and so that'll be fun. And which the game, for listeners that don't quite understand, even though we play Independence on Tuesday, that won't count towards the league record until we play at Indy later in early February.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but still will be fun nonetheless, and hopefully we go see 3 good ball games next week. Coach, congrats on 4 out of the last 5 and a big win. First against Pittsburgh in some time. Got the boys playing well. Always an enjoyment.
Yeah, thank you. I thought we had great support. It was great to see our junior high kids out tonight. We had a great crowd that really propelled us, and, you know, our guys are just pumped up right now. We're excited for them, and, you know, they earned it tonight with their defense and their rebounding. So we just got to keep grinding. Have a great day on Monday, and we'll see you next week at the Burlington tournament. Go Grizzlies.
Wonderful. Thanks, Coach. Great win tonight, 52-44 the final over Pittsburgh. 4 out of the last 5 wins for Labette County. 7-3 on the year, 3-2 in the league, and now they go to Burlington. So again, real quick, we're going to close out the broadcast with a reminder of next week's schedule. Burlington tournament, Grizzly girls, Grizzly boys will play on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Guaranteed all 3 days next week. I'm only going to start with Tuesday just because it's easier to communicate one game at a time for tournaments like this. So this coming Tuesday, January 20th, the Labette County girls will play at 3:30 p.m. in Burlington, Kansas, in the Burlington Middle School gym, which is basically attached to the high school, so just drive to the high school. The Burlington Middle School gym against Independence. Then, after that game, estimated tip around 5 o'clock, the Labette County boys will play Independence as well in the Burlington Middle School. Girls, 3:30, boys right after in the Burlington Middle School versus Independence. That is when the Burlington tournament will begin. For Joel back at the station, the board operator making our voices heard, and my father, Jack Leake Jr. on the color commentary, and the Jonathan Dusher on the camera, we thank you so much. I'm Jack Leake for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of Grizzly Basketball. As always, safe travels if you're driving, and God bless.